Waves crash on the beach of an endless sea. In them you hear a voice, a beckoning lure you have heard so many times before. It is the song of the horizon. She calls to you. She sings of endless wonders and untold horrors, of golden promises and dire warnings, and you know her song. It has always been there. Listen, can you hear it? The wind is in your favor, the tide is rising, the sea is yours for the taking, and your ship awaits. Fair winds and following seas, brave mariner. May fortune find you when the horizon calls.
Ahoy and welcome everybody. Welcome to Horizon's Call. I am Derek Sword. I am your GM for this game. I use he, him pronouns. I am joined as always by this very lovely cast you see before you. I am going to have them introduce themselves, say a little bit more about them, but before all that, I do want to say that if you love the game that we play, if you even like the game that we play, if you would like to show any type of financial appreciation towards the cast and crew that make this happen, you may do so through tips to Pally.gg. Pally.gg, the link you can see in chat and on our socials, is a wonderful tool that we have found that evenly distributes anything that you are willing and able, both of those being important factors together, to give, being the charitable, loving supporter of the arts that you are, and anything that you are willing and able to give, can actually impact our game. You can give crits, you can give advantages, you can give complications like black spots, one of which we are going to resolve today with a little gladiator fight between somebody's boyfriend and a dragonborn. So you can do that at any time during game or even when we are offline. If we are offline, just gets paid for it to whatever the next stream is. Again, even if you do a black spot, I do have to sing a sea shanty. I did so last time. I have a few more black spots in the chamber, so we might start doing some boons, whatever the inverse of a black spot is. I need to figure that out in pirate terminology, but we don't have anything for that yet, so just keep it in mind. But we prefer you doing that as opposed to subscribing through to the Twitch channel or like bits or any of that. And that's always appreciated. That goes directly towards the channel and helping Eva and I break even on the subscriptions and everything that we pay for. But first and foremost, we would like to show as much appreciation towards our players and our crew before that happens. So, all that said, let's go ahead and go around, have these lovely people introduce themselves and say a little bit about who they're playing today. Mare, if you don't mind starting us out.
Hello. First off, I would like to agree and put one vote towards boon doubloons, like Kaila said in chat. I would also like to
yeah, that's good.
I would also like to put forward booty.
Also good. You could spend your money for booty.
Yes. Anyway, hi, I'm Mare. I use they, she pronouns, and I am playing your amazing Star Druid, Sun Life Rogue Centaur, Acacia, who really wants to murder a war criminal right now.
That's just how I live every day. Absolutely. Thank you, Mary. Yeah, I'm also wondering if we say that they're giving us money for booty, does that make us OnlyFans? Think about it. Eva.
We're not showing anything on screen, so I'm going to say no.
We're showing something.
Oh, there's a joke in there somewhere. I can't quite pull it together. That's it.
OnlyFans. OnlyFans.
Yep.
There we go.
Yeah.
Crushed
yeah.
it.
Thank you, Kaila.
I don't know. Hi, I'm Eva.
Who are you playing?
She, her. I'm playing Winnie, also she, her. Unlike myself, Winnie is a sea elf, artificer, alchemist, a little bit of a bard. She's working on it. Oh, also a gang member.
I was going to say, that's the not like yourself, but like yourself, Winnie is in a gang. Yeah. Thank you, Eva. Next up, Mikyl.
Hi, fam. I'm Mikyl. He, him pronouns. I'm playing Proximus. Not a gang member, but is a Triton. So there's that. And a Shadow Sorcerer. And a Paladin. So here we go. Let's do
And
this.
a first mate.
And a first mate. Yeah. Forget. I always forget.
So proud of him.
Friend, family member, beloved by all. And also, Mikyl is the artist for this game. So special thank you to Mikyl for putting together the artwork for this. You can see some new artwork this time. So look forward to even more coming down the pipe as Mikyl continues to hone his craft and so charitably share it with us. Definitely check out all of his stuff. I'm going to shout it out right now on Instagram at MIKYLSAND. And see, here's where I always mess up. Is OVAL? OVAL. Yeah. OVAL. My brain wants to mix up the last two vowels and say AVOL, but that's not right.
I get that
Just
a
start
lot.
pronouncing it Sand Oval, and you'll be
Yeah,
fine.
there you go.
Oval.
Hi, my name is Michael Sandoval. And if my head is down today, I am actually working on art. So maybe some maps. Who knows?
Okay.
Don't make Michael do combat then.
Michael Sandoval of the New Hampshire Sandovals. Last but absolutely not least, Kaila.
Hi, hello, my name is Kaila. You should hear pronouns. I play our Siren Storm Sorcerer, Scarlett Shores, who also uses she, her pronouns. And it was nervous, very nervous. It made some bad decisions.
You know what? I don't think they're terrible decisions. I think they're great decisions. Well, Kaila, you do have the recap. Recap. The recap. I've done 2 streams today. I can't word. It's
fine.
It's been a great stream so far. How far are we in? 15 minutes?
We love you. Okay. We love you so much.
Let's get it. We got to do 3 hours of this. Kaila, please stop me from talking.
You can just let us roleplay the entire time. You don't have to say a thing.
We make our own rules. Like
I'm going to. Kaila, you have the recap. Please.
I do have the recap.
Yeah,
it's going to be short and sweet because that's how we're rolling today.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, last session we did decide to split the party 4 ways. We each had our own plans, and I don't think any of us were really aware of each other's plans, which, in hindsight, probably a terrible idea. We're going to start first with Acacia. Acacia took the most dynamic of the duos, Connery and Honey, with her to go meet with the Hooks. And lo and behold, the group meets a war criminal, Assad, who knows Connery, and I think knew Honey as well, but I think mostly knew Connery. All in all, he's added to Acacia's hit list. It's fine. In the meantime, Proximus surprised everyone by just showing up mid-session. It was great and wonderful. All of us were so very happy. Proximus did not get up to anything mischievous, problem-causing. It was very chill. Proximus just wanted a haircut. Fin cut? Fin trim? Either way, Trosho did it. And apparently they did a very nice job. And everyone was very happy. Winnie went bar hopping, essentially, in the hopes of gathering information, but bar hopping nonetheless. And somehow ended up walking into the home den of the Hooks. Tried to lie her way out. It did not work. And Winnie ended up committing a murder and is now a part of the Hooks. Just add it to the list of strange groups, cults that Winnie's a part of. I digress. The list is growing longer and longer each season. It's great. Everyone take a shot every time Winnie accidentally joins a cult. And last but not least, Scarlett Shores went off to meet the Raja. And things were going great until she took the offered hookah and was a little stronger than she anticipated and felt a little woozy. And somehow, some way, now Marcus is fighting to the death with a Dragonborn. It's fine. It's fine. There's just a power play going on. We're gonna find out who breaks first.
Since it's a fire Geonasi and a red Dragonborn, is it a firefight?
It is a firefight.
Yeah.
You gotta fight fire with fire. Yeah.
I can hear Eva screaming from here, from across the way.
Yes, everyone do their best Willem Dafoe impressions for the rest of this. I can't remember what that quote was that he said in the interview, because I feel like it defines a lot of you. Oh no, it really defines Winnie. You know, he's gay, but he has a very special connection to classical music. There's lots of interesting things about it.
Wow, that is pretty good for Winnie.
Right? All right, let's jump back into stuff. Let's switch the music a little bit here. We are going to start back with the fight between Marcus, and this is Xerxes, the Red Dragonborn. So, without having you all sit here and watch me roll dice against myself.
Look, I had to bite my tongue when I was doing the recap of almost saying, yeah, uh-huh.
I'm so proud of you.
You're
You
welcome.
did so good.
I
Yeah.
was not a 12-year-old boy today.
So, Scarlett, you have been taken into the basement of the establishment run by Raja Bakshura, along with two of the gladiators that were on the top floor with you, a blue dragonborn and a red dragonborn, both armed already. You were taken into the basement where the fighting pits, the illegal fighting pits, as you come to understand, are being run. It smells of death and sweat, and there's sand in the air, there's grit on your teeth.
It smells like Connery's bedroom.
I don't think Connery sweats.
Do cats sweat?
He just gets like the Frito paws. But there are 100 people, maybe, all just packed shoulder to shoulder, just cheering for blood. When you came down, you watched the end of a combat and watched gladiators end their final combat as they died on the sand. There is maybe like a 5-foot wooden wall that encapsulates what is roughly 20-foot fighting pit. There's sand down here. You can see that there are like lopped off body parts, fingers, hands, some just chunks of viscera, and that have all just kind of like every now and then after a fight, somebody will come and try to brush the sand over them like a giant litter box. The spectators are just cheering violently. There's money being exchanged, and Bakshura ushers you to a special viewing box away from the swarming masses outside, and he offers you a plush like stool to sit on, and takes a seat next to you, kind of brushes his robes aside so he can sit down next to you as well. Marcus is ushered away before he can really get another word to you. And as the dead combatant is being dragged out, you watch as the blue dragonborn stands behind you at attention, does not take a seat, almost leans over you in a way. And Marcus is ushered onto the sands. The walls open up with a doorway, and Xerxes pushes his way through. You can see he goes to a far end, and Marcus is kind of just like shoved into the pit, where he looks up at you and just gives semblance of a confident smile and a nod. You would watch as Xerxes is given a spear and a shield. He attaches a few extra bits of armor. He's still lightly armored. I mean, he's still wearing gladiator's gear, so it's not like he's in full plate or anything like that. But he is a very large, imposing, muscular individual. So Bakshura looks to you. Are you ready to see how your man does out there?
Of course, she says confidently.
I promise to compensate you sufficiently, should he not make it through this.
I hope you have a whole lot of gold then.
More than you can imagine. But it seems like precious things are on the line as well. Our friendship, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. Bakshura stands, and almost like immediately the crowd just goes silent. Good people who have joined us for these fights, these bits of entertainment that I am so happy to provide to you. Entertainment you cannot find out there. The real blood that you see spilled here. where you can smell it and taste it. That is what I offer you. And here, I offer you a true fight. Not a gladiator, no, no, but an outsider against a gladiator. We shall see how the mighty Xerxes, the undefeated Xerxes, fends against, what is your man's name?
Marcus.
That's it?
Marcus Ash.
Against the flame, Marcus Ash.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, a swashbuckler from across the seas. And it's booze. It's just absolute hate towards Marcus.
And I guess thaumaturgy and cause the ground to shake.
Sure. Do you want to give me a I'm trying to remember what the saving throw was for. Let me see what give me another. Let's see. What was it?
For the drugs, it was Constitution.
It was Constitution. Yeah, give me another Constitution save.
At disadvantage, or?
I don't think it's a disadvantage.
Okay,
I think
well,
that's
I'm re-rolling
just
anyway.
Ability checks. Okay.
That's better. 21.
Great. You are shaking the effects of the drug. You are becoming stone sober as you watch your first mate and partner step into the bloody sand.
Great
of this
time to
pit.
become sober.
Yeah. The ground shakes at Marcus's announcement, and even then, that kind of stops a lot of the booze. And you see people grabbing for the seats under them, and there's kind of this hushed whisper that goes through the audience, then the crowd. And Buckshore says, and facing against this outsider, this new man, the mighty Xerxes, killer of all, Skullkeeper, slayer of the great. And you see Xerxes steps forward, just spear up, shield up. I mean, he loves the crowd. The crowd loves him. He's got full on John Cena at his peak vibes. There's intro music, ba 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 ba. Just full on. Everybody loves him. Marcus, on the other hand, whereas Xerxes is kind of soaking in the love of the crowd, has drawn his vicious saber. He's kind of just looking down the blade of it. He's twisting it about. He's flipping. He has his duelist stance, so there's one hand behind his back, and he's kind of doing a little bit of back and forth with his steps. And there's laughter coming toward because he's kind of prancing about a little bit. He's a swashbuckler in a gladiator fight. It's not super imposing what he is doing. Bakshora goes to raise his hand. Let the fight begin. And he closes his fist. I rolled initiative for the two of them. Xerxes goes first. Xerxes charges at Marcus with his spear and shield. As he goes to stab in with the spear, Marcus is able to dodge around it. However, the brunt of the shield smashes into Marcus's core, knocks him flat on his back, knocks the wind out of him. And you watch as an imprint of Marcus is left in the sand as he struggles to get to his feet with Xerxes almost standing over him. As a spear comes down at Marcus and jab into him on the ground, Marcus is able to roll out of the way and get to his feet. He then takes his scimitar and very deftly around the shield just cuts away at bits of Xerxes, almost cuts away at the armor. He leaves little nicks, little cuts. It's an elegant weapon that he's going against a gladiator with. So at first you're not even sure that he hit until you see the kind of the different red streaming down on the red scales of Xerxes. However, Xerxes quickly returns, actually rolled a nat 20 with that one, and Marcus goes flying with another shield bash. Marcus lands in the sand once again, bashing his head against one of the walls, but again gets to his feet, resumes his stance, placing the blade directly out, taunting Xerxes to come forward. Xerxes is able to resist the taunt essentially, but seeing that Marcus is dancing around the battlefield at this point, keeping his distance, Xerxes just takes the spear and launches it at Marcus. And Marcus just simply takes a step to the side and it sticks into the wall next to him. In full frustration, you all would watch Xerxes, and I'm going to say that this is a they're aiming like Marcus is on a different clockwise point than where you are. Where you all might be the 6 o'clock, they're aiming more towards the 2 o'clock point. And you would watch as Xerxes takes a deep breath in and unleashes a bout of flame from his mouth. Um, Marcus is able to tuck and roll out of the way what damage he would take, otherwise absorbed by either his uncanny dodge or his fire genasi heritage. And he's smiling at this point. You can't hear exactly what he's saying, but there's a taunting tone to it as Xerxes just seems to be filled with this battle rage. The flame actually does burn away part of the wood, like part of the fighting arena is on fire now. And you can see a few people in the front row are also dousing flames on their clothing. Marcus returns, just steps in, elegant footwork, one over another. He actually stabs for 51 damage with a nat 20 on that one. He gets his what is it, sneak attack, because he is a swashbuckler. He basically gets it anytime that he's one-on-one in combat. Xerxes is able to again smash away with the shield, and from the essentially like the pitmaster throws another spear that Xerxes catches. He takes the spear and gets another crit attack for 22 points of damage against Marcus. I rolled, I think, 3 or 4 crits during this whole fight. Marcus is looking incredibly rough, but at this point, he does look up at Scarlett. And there's this point where, like, the spear is in his shoulder, and he's bleeding from his nose. Like, his nose almost looks broken at this point. He's got several wounds that he's dealing with. You can tell he's going to definitely be bruised around his face. But he looks up at you and gives you a little wink and a smile, and he uses his second wind. Xerxes is able to strike out with 2 more attacks. He misses one. He lands his one attack with the spear for 15 hit points, but that was the last thing that Xerxes will ever do, as Marcus is able to step around him with 22 hit points remaining. Marcus steps, takes his vicious scimitar, and lops off the head of the Dragonborn, watching it fall sufficiently to the sand. Oop, there goes my mic. The crowd goes silent for a moment as Marcus does not look for cheers or any sort of reverence from this moment. He simply just kind of takes a deep breath and cleans his blade, sheathes it, looks up to you. Is that enough?
Raja, is that enough?
Go ahead and give me an insight check as you look to the Raja.
Dirty 20.
There is frustration on his face that he is trying to mask with a smile, and the Raja stands with a slow clap. Yes, that was a fight. That was turns to you. Your man has shown himself to be of great quality.
I only keep great quality around.
Of course. What is his cost?
What do you mean? What does this cost?
I'm a businessman. I have just lost a very valuable individual under my service, and I'm curious if your man has a cost to him that I could perhaps regain to my stables.
He's not up for purchase.
I understand. Perhaps I am pushing now our friendship. I am making an ask of you where you have most certainly earned an ask of me, and little of it me to be an ask. Um, hmm, we should go back upstairs. I am finding this to be a claustrophobic environment right now, and I am having trouble. I am having trouble. And Scarlett, go ahead and give me a let's see, this will be a DC 18. What save is this? See through intelligence save.
Oh God.
It's technically an investigation check if you have anything to
Oh.
investigation.
Oh, for some reason my intelligence isn't actually terrible. I thought that was I thought that was Scarlett's stuff stat. Um another dirty 20.
Um Scarlett, it is at this point that the illusion seems to fade just for a moment, just like in the attempt to hold too many lies at once. The as you see the Raja walking out of this press box and kind of like turn back towards the blue dragonborn, for just a blink of the eye, you see the facade drop, and before you, dressed in the same clothing, is a tiger-like humanoid with these backwards hands just gnarled into claws, and this just horrible, like, mouthful of sharp teeth and these just blazing coals of eyes. And you don't hear what he says to the dragonborn, but the dragonborn seems to shrink a little bit from the words. um, you may, it's like I said, it's just for the blink of the eye, but the illusion has fallen enough to where you can see that the hands are not right. They seem to be backwards on the Raja. That almost he has forgotten to correct this aspect of his disguise. Marcus is let free of the fighting pit, bloodied but alive. How did I do?
You didn't die, so I would
I-
go with excellent.
I'm looking forward to hearing my performance review.
Shut up.
Oh, is this
I
not enough
do
for a raise?
I do have healing word I would like to use.
Yes, you may absolutely roll for the heal for that.
Dear God, it's barely anything. It's just 5, but that's better than nothing.
Better than nothing. I hope this is all that's required tonight, because I'm not sure that we can be pushed to much else, just you and I.
Nice confidence in your captain.
It has nothing to do with your confidence in you. I just don't want to get another gladiator fight. Not sure you do either.
No.
Fair enough then. You all are able to follow upstairs, back to the sitting room with the Raja. And again, he kind of sits at his desk with the smoke of the hookah still in the room. All of the other people who had been in here earlier are gone. If they were ever there in the first place. You do note that Xerxes' place has already been attended to by another gladiator. It is actually the Goliath gladiator that you saw get the victorious bout against the half-orc when you were first going downstairs. The gladiator is now occupying this, just absolutely just taking over this space in the corner, and is still like dealing with, it's still bloodied, still bleeding nose, like the ear is torn, but is standing very stoically. That was quite a performance, Marcus Ash. I am impressed. And this seems to be all that was asked of you all for my friendship. You seem to have a request you would like to make of me. It is only suitable for me, as you have won our little bet to give you something you would ask for. What is your request?
Before I do anything, can I cast Gust to get rid of some of the smoke?
Sure.
Just to clear the air a little bit. Not to attack anything or move anything, literally just to clear it out some.
When you do that, I think it's even more evident that it's almost like you can see there's like a see-throughness to the humanoid illusion that's being put over the Rakshasa. That you can see the tiger's grin behind what would be this humanoid face, that it's almost like two beings clipped on top of one another. I much would prefer you ask before you redecorate my place.
Sorry,
But-
a little stuffy.
It was a little stuffy. So, Scarlet Shores, what would you wish of me?
I want you to get rid of the Empire here.
Done.
Keep them off these islands. And in return, they are yours to run how you see fit.
They already were.
I had gathered.
When you say islands, plural, you speak of Karina and her sisters?
Yes. If your reach is that far, which I assume it is.
You flatter. But not incorrectly. Yes, Scarlet Shores, I will do this for you. You have entertained me. You have spilt blood for me. Far be it from me to deny such a simple request. I will remove the 3 swords from these islands, and I will bar their ships from coming here further. That is a very simple thing for me to do.
An alliance is all I ask.
Something like that. However, should you wish to take that one more step, and should you be looking for a pact, perhaps 3rd time's the charm?
No. I make my own rules now. I do not follow the rules of others. As intriguing as it would be, I call my own shots.
Well, if you ever find that not getting you as far as you would like, Bakshora is more than happy to assist.
You will be the first one I reach out to.
You have made a quiet evening very entertaining, Scarlet Shores. That I will never forget.
And I do have one more small ask. If you see anybody else impersonating me, just get rid of them. I was nice to the first one. The rest are just making bad judgment calls.
It will be my pleasure to make sure that they never see the sun again.
Thank you. That is all I have for you. If there is anything else you have to ask of me, now is the time, or else I will take my leave.
Since this is an alliance, I will give you my mark. Should you see my mark, respect it. Do not step on my flag, should you find it in any place. If you do,
Noted.
I will find you.
I'm sure
Otherwise, sail these seas, be profitable, live a long life, and should you ever need anything, you come back to Bakshora. I will make sure it happens.
Maybe we'll fight in the gladiator pits next time.
Those silly things. Been trying to purchase them for quite some time, but I have a feeling the Sultan is going to fall on hard times very soon.
I'm sure he'll have support elsewhere.
Go enjoy the rest of your night, Scourge. Should you need any form of entertainment, my attendants will see to it. Our
Thank you.
time here is done. You're welcome.
I don't want to say that I run out, but it's definitely like that really fast gay walking. There's long strides. Long strides right out.
Yeah, you're trying to make sure you don't Midwest goodbye, so like you give Marcus like the thigh squeeze or like the signal, like, oh, the kittens probably need fed, and it's like, well,
Serrano's real lonely.
yeah, exactly. Or it's like, ow, 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 ow. Okay, out into the night you both go. Are you looking to do anything else this evening, or are you heading to?
Gods, no! I'm going back to the ship.
Okay.
I'm going back to wherever we're going. My muscle is less than half hit points. I gotta go.
You and Marcus head back to the ship, still in dry docks, where I would say that you would find Acacia and Honey and Connery, all a little sauced. I'm not going to necessarily speak for Acacia. Connery and Honey know how to have a good time. You would just see like this would probably be maybe before Proximus gets back. But passing by the docks, you would probably pass by somebody you might not even recognize, somebody using disguise self at that moment, going into a terribly sketchy bar. Yeah, and Winnie, as we go to pick up with Greta, having just murdered a man in cold blood to join a gang. What's going through Winnie's head right now?
Well, she's thinking about how really bards come in all sorts of different shapes and sizes and flavors, and maybe she's the next Truman Capote. Like, you don't know. Or his best friend, what's her name? The one that everybody reads in school. Harper Lee. Yep.
Okay.
She's trying not to think, like head empty. Yeah. Did she learn the name of the guy across from her? The elf?
You did not. No, you never asked. But it's good to know that Winnie will also be played by Philip Seymour Hoffman and in her biopic. Okay. Yep. No, Winnie, you killed a man you didn't learn the name of on the orders of a man you didn't know the name of, and
I think
now
she would say like, not like that. That's not Greta's voice. What's in this drink? Hey, now that we're friends and all, like, what do I call you? Wow, that was quite the tonal shift.
This was the bar music that was playing.
It was, yeah. Someone hit that jukebox, man.
Yeah, in the corner is it's the Fonz. It's just Henry Winkler. It's just like, hey, sorry. No, it's just Henry Winkler now. It's not even the Fonz. It's just Henry Winkler in a sweater. Sorry, guys.
I love him. Okay. Did I finish my sentence? What I was saying was, hey, now that
you asked, yeah.
Now that we're friends and stuff, like, what do I call you?
We are not friends, but my name is Cyrus, and it is nice to make your acquaintance, Greta. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Welcome to the Hooks. You have many new brothers and sisters now.
Oh, so we're like a family, not like a friend thing. Okay.
In the way that blood connects us all, yes, we are a family. And like with any family, you may join one, but leaving is only upon death.
So they don't have divorce where you come from, or?
Blood joins us, Greta. This is not a divorce situation. And also, like, be careful, because, like, Greg is going through something right now, and it's not cool to bring that up.
No, yeah. We'll mention it again. What was this she kind of toes the body at her feet. What'd he mess up? And in her head, it's just like, please don't be a coffee order. Please don't be a coffee order. Like,
It was a heist earlier today.
oh,
He was the only one to make it out alive. And preferably we would preference be you be arrested or die. At least then you can do time. But to run away is... The Hooks do not appreciate cowardice.
no, I imagine not. Funny him coming back. You'd think he'd have known that already.
He had hoped for preferential treatment.
Is he somebody? Was he someone important's relation?
Not anymore. That is one thing they think that is very important now that you are a Hook, Greta. Should you have any loved ones? If either were you, I would do my best to be as successful as possible for their happy futures.
Yeah, that makes sense. Also, when, like, one of us thrives, we all thrive, right? So, like,
You have the idea.
yeah. You don't want to be an anchor, you want to be a hook. Yeah. New tagline, you're welcome.
So, Greta, what are your skills? Obviously, killing. How are
Yeah,
you
yeah,
at theft or sneakery or skullduggery, information gathering?
You know,
Where may we employ your services best?
I've done some time doing some light finger work. Let's here, give me another test. Like, does he have anything on him? I feel like he's a terrible mark. You want me to lift that guy's purse? And she's just gonna point to someone at the bar.
Sure, lift the purse.
And then I do it, and we live happily ever after.
Sleight of hand check, please.
Can I have just a vague description of whomst I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna need to...
Yeah, you just pointed wildly at the room, which is weird. Let's say that there is there's a Duragar with kind of like a like the kind of like mustache
Duragar's
kind
the
of
same
wraparound
shit.
mustache.
Is there someone next to the Duragar?
Just a mind flayer. Yeah. Next to the Duragar, let's say that there is a Minotaur.
I get it. I've made some terrible life choices, and I'm being punished for it.
Where he's just like moving the finger. What kind of person are you looking
Who's
to?
behind the two of them? No, no. And in fairness, like the reason I said that is because Winnie is like,
There's plenty of humans. There's plenty of greenhorns
You
in
know
here.
when
You'd be able
you're-
to target them.
when you're panicking, but like you're frozen up at the same time, like you don't have time to like actually have like a little panic attack. Should you be so lucky, like you're postponing it because you're just like, you know, it's gonna be a big one, so you're just like your brain has shut off as a survival mechanism. That's sort of what Winnie's doing right now. Okay, this is are the Minotaur and Duragar together? Not like romantically necessarily, but like are they in conversation?
They're conversing to one another. Yeah.
Okay. I will, okay. I guess I'll go for the Minotaur.
Oop.
I haven't really asked. In Damaras, who would have seen more shit? Like Duragar, generally speaking, or Minotaurs? I don't really know that much about the Minotaurs, like what they're up to.
I mean, everybody sees shit in different ways, right? Like, just because they're a Durgar doesn't mean that, like, they're dealing with
I don't know,
Underdark shit all
Winnie's
the
doing
time.
pretty okay.
I mean, what are you seeing shit?
Weenie tamps it all down and closes it behind multiple doors. Anyway,
Doesn't mean Winnie hasn't seen shit. Okay.
okay. She has,
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
28.
Yeah.
That can't be right. That's
You
not
had
right.
your gloves.
38.
Okay, God.
I was trying to
I was
add
gonna say
15 and 16, and I was.
there was no way you were going to fail this. Yes, you absolutely are
Also,
able
it's not
to.
38. It's 31. I don't know.
You could undress this minotaur and they would not know. Is how high your sleight of hand is. Like you could literally take, like, the Duragar kind of like eyes you a little bit. Because you said you were going after the minotaur. But you were able to just, I don't know, turn your back real quick. You're able to get the satchel, the purse, whatever you need off of the minotaur.
Mm-hmm.
Do you return then to Cyrus?
Yeah, it'd be real silly not to.
Mm-hmm. It'd be silly just to take that stuff and then walk out. Okay. That is very impressive indeed. I barely saw your own movements at all.
I try. There's always. Nope. I try. There's always.
What
more to
happened
learn.
with your voice there just now?
I honestly don't know what's in this drink, but like. I'm not used to
Yes.
it, that's what.
Well, you have shown yourself to be a cutthroat, a pickpocket. Any other skills I should be aware of?
Oh yeah, man, I speak Abyssal. If you need that for anything, I never get to use it. And I almost forgot that I know it, but like I haven't had a good chance to like looking for work. I haven't gotten like my foot in the door a lot lately, and I don't know when it would come up, but I gotcha.
We have been considering the hiring of demons for certain things. Perhaps you'll be
Great.
useful in our dealings.
Excellent. Why do I know this? Yeah, and I'm I don't know, I blow glass as a hobby. Do you need like flasks and stuff?
I don't know glass, but good for them, I guess.
I walked right into that one. That's on me.
Speaking of walking in, at that point the door slams open, and you would see somebody who's familiar to one of our players, but not to you yet, as a rather large Leonin kind of shoulders his way through the door, accompanied by a human man with his face obscured by wraps, and a half-dwarf impersonating person.
It's his deal.
You don't get an answer as everyone has bowed their head and the bar goes incredibly silent. Like the music stops, and I said
I
the
bow my
music stops, and everyone just like instantly turns, faces, and then bows their head. And Cyrus kind of like hits you with his hand. Obscure your gaze.
Yes. Yeah. Greta's a follower. Greta does that.
Greta's got a lot of interesting things about her. I'd love to know, like, what Greta's hobbies are like besides.
She blows glass. I don't know
She
what
blows
else to
glass.
tell
Yeah.
you. It occupies a lot of time.
All right. It's great to have my joke turned back against me. So, it is something for like a long period of time. Like if you were to look up like through your eyelashes, you would see that Assad is kind of grinning a little bit. There's, hands on his hips, paws on his hips, and he goes, "All right, enough of that. Back to the party, everyone." And the music resumes, and everybody just kind of like, as they were, literally conversations resume. But Cyrus turns to you. It is time you meet the fisherman. He will be the one to give you orders. I know this is all quite a lot, but you have shown yourself to be very capable, and so we'll be using your services sooner rather than later, Greta.
You
And he takes your arm and like walks you over to Assad. Assad, my liege, I want to present to you one of our newest recruits, someone who has shown themselves, and he gestures down at the still dead half-orc on the ground, incredibly capable of dealing with problems. This is Greta. Do you have a last name?
I thought I was hard muted. I'm sorry. Hardstone. From the... you're not. It's fine. The Broken Bridge Hardstones, no. Yes.
Not familiar. And Assad, you look like a human, right? Is that what we determined?
Me? Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Assad like leans down to get eye to eye with you.
Short human.
Yes.
Matching my...
What's the DC for your spell?
I think we decided it's 18.
18. Okay. Assad leans down, teeth just glinting at you, scarred up Leonin face. Welcome, Greta Hardstone. It is very nice to have you as a member of our illustrious organization. It seems as if you know your way around the blade, and if Cyrus here is vetting for you, I would accept that. I am Assad. I am your liege. I am the one who gives you life, and the one who gives you death. Should you give me death in return, I will never need to take it from you. Ask no questions. Give me only answers to my problems, and you shall soon rise in our ranks.
Winnie is going to, halfway through that, like, the minute she starts to get confused about what exactly he's saying, she's going to do, like, a bow, you know, like a respectful, like, subservient whatever, to also hide her face in case she's, like, looking confused. Yeah. My liege, I'm honored to be a part of your fleet.
Family.
Family.
Greta, we are a family. Tonight is one of celebration as we have a new family member. Drink. Be well. Tomorrow there will be blood.
Winnie is going to just, I don't know if she has her drink nearby. If, she will drink, if there is something available. If not, just, well, cheers.
With that, the Leonin turns to Cyrus. Cyrus, I must speak with you, however, if you have a moment. Cyrus bows, turns to you. Do not cause any problems tonight. Drink freely. The drinks are free. Be here in the morning.
Yeah.
Understood?
Done.
Done. You may sleep here. Most of us do.
I gotta get some of my stuff from down by the docks, but I'll be back and I'll be here.
Mm-hmm. Very well. With that, you watch as Cyrus and Assad and his two compatriots all go into a back room with like a beaded curtain being pushed aside
The
so they
most
can access it.
secure of doors.
Absolutely.
Everybody knows.
Well,
because you can't get through them without making noise.
In a room full of criminals, you know, what's more secure than everybody being a criminal?
Winnie is, like, the minute that, like, nobody is directly on her, is going to switch over to, using her charm for disguise self, and then she's gonna hang out for like another hour or two, to make it not seem like she's immediately leaving, like to make it seem like she's chill, you know?
Are you engaging in conversation? Are you like info
Yeah, it'd
gathering?
be real weird to just sit there by myself for 2
Just
hours.
a new kid. Can I sit
Yeah.
at your table?
Is the seat taken? Yes. And that's, yeah, just talking to the bartender, talking to any person or small group of people who seem not engaged in covert secret activities that they don't want to be interrupted in.
I mean, you're a member now, so like everybody's just kind of talking
Well,
openly.
yeah, but there's like
Oh, absolutely.
active
What's
planning.
the kind of stuff you want to ask about?
I am so deep in that, like, I just want to get out. And ask just, you know, basic, like, oh, you know, hey, you've been here long, like, you know, what do you think? What are your skills? You guys ever get off island? Like, and not anything pointed, nothing about the redemption or the mercy or us or anything that looks like us. If it seems safe, maybe like, hey, what are the vibes between the Hooks and the Empire? Or like, more like
go ahead and
history
give me-
gathering on the organization, I guess. And
Go
if
ahead and
it's-
give me persuasion rolls for all the info you're gathering.
If it seems safe, maybe Cyrus. I don't think I'm gonna risk Assad because he's terrifying. 18.
The general consensus for skills, you get every kind of criminal thing under the sun, but murder seems to be the most consistent thing that you were asked to do. Murders and burglaries. For getting off island, almost none of the Hooks get off island. You are told that there are branches, basically like, you know, franchises of the Hooks on most major islands, that the fishermen run.
Okay.
But then there is, like, you know, there are some that are more prolific and you know, hardcore than others. Apparently the ones that are based around the Empire, like the OG, that's where the Hooks began, was in the ports and harbors of the Empire as a response to like Imperial might. So also there's a long storied history of the Hooks being like, they call themselves the first resistors. So they kind of see themselves as this resistance front against the Empire, but then they were more like, you know, stealing from everybody as opposed to like Robin Hooding, the sort of deal. So, but yeah, they are not pro-Empire at all because Order does nothing to their gain. Yeah, and then your other thing, what was the other thing you wanted to ask about?
Kind of like what Cyrus's deal is. Not in a, I mean, if anyone wants to spread gossip, I'm not gonna stop him. But like, is Cyrus a second in command? Just a recruiter? Just someone very ambitious? Like, because he seems pretty trusted, but like, I don't.
Yeah. So there is a.
Like, are they scared of him more than Assad? It didn't seem like it, but like,
there's a level of respect to Cyrus. You kind of get the concept that like Cyrus walks around with Salazar, who's the human that typically accompanies him, who is like the chief of assassins, and then Ravia, who is their chief thief. Chief thief, that's fun. Cyrus is not second in command, although there are some people that think that he should be if there was a second in command. It's kind of like the fisherman is the shepherd of all. Give me a persuasion check for this one, because this is very specific, or this is very information you would have to pull out of somebody.
Sure, and I don't know if this is going to be along the same vein. I am also curious, now that you've said it, does this mean that this is the fisherman's, like, home port? Like, he must travel all over the place then if he's in charge of everything?
No, again, a fisherman is in charge of a branch.
Oh, okay.
So Assad is the leader of, like, the Dalia, if maybe Karina as a whole. But, like, based at the capital city, like, Assad is in charge around
that
here.
Makes more sense.
If you were to go over the Empire, it would be somebody else.
Okay. Is there anyone above them?
Presumably, yeah.
What's their dope title? That was a nat 20. Super glad I burned it on something like gossip.
You find a rather inebriated half-elf who, when you start asking about Cyrus, they're like, oh, you want to know about Cyrus? I'll tell you, Cyrus has told you. He's not even originally one of us. He's, transfer, an exile. Truth is, you want to be part of the hooks, we'll take anybody. Just more often than not, if you can't cut it, you get cut. Cyrus should be in charge, at least he thinks so, because he's from thief royalty. But he burned his family a little too hard and fucked over his brother. And that's why good old Darius won't talk to him anymore. And even though his daddy is in charge of the competition around here, and that's why he'll never make it any higher, because people are worried about a little conflict of interest.
Yeah, I could see that being a problem.
Also, it's not like we vote on things around here anyway. Cyrus is just going to have to kill somebody. Probably Assad. But that's why Assad's never alone.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure he really wants that pressure.
No, Assad kind of seems like a sharp cookie, if you know what I mean.
I don't. He's a cat. What does that mean?
You're right, biscuits. Cats make biscuits. That's on me. Oh, thank you for your time. Can I get you a drink while I'm getting up?
Yeah.
I'll get them a drink.
What was your name?
I'm Greta. Nice to meet you. I'm new. I'm first night. I'm sorry. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking to? What's your name?
Just Val. You can just call me Val. Why are you asking so many questions,
Val.
Greta?
I'm sorry. You just asked my name. I'm just returning the favor.
Good answer.
Yeah. Let me get you a drink. Yeah. And then,
Everybody drinks on go bag. Points again.
I will give them their drink and, I guess continue filling out the history that you just gave me. And then at the nearest best possible, like, when everyone else is like, you know, when people start like filtering out of a party or whatever, I'm gonna wait for that to like pass and there's still a good amount of people, and I'm gonna leave with like that second group, not like with them, but in that like time frame.
So I'm gonna tell you right now, nobody leaves.
Nobody leaves.
This is a biker bar. They are sleeping here.
This
is like a base.
How much you think I know about biker bars is it is exclusively limited to
What are our Friday nights for, Eva? If we don't go like
rain, like
yeah. So you kind of get the idea that this is like, you know, it's a front. This is a base. This might not be where Assad sleeps, but
Is it
You
like an
get a bunch of-
upstairs? Like we're not all sleeping in one room, like piled together like kittens, are we? Okay, great.
They're sleeping where they fall. You are probably walking over people as the night goes on.
Perfect.
It is hard to find a part of the floor that is not sticky or has somebody stuck to it.
Love that. I'm just gonna go to the bartender, I guess, and hey, I gotta go close out my other tab at the flop house, whatever like reasonable place someone could stay for cheap, and grab my stuff. This is open 24/7, or like I gotta use a code to get in, or is this good enough? Pointing to the hook.
Yeah, he points at the hook. You wear that, you stay clean, you're welcome here anytime. You bring the law here, or you bring enemies here. And you'll be the one to die last.
No, that seems fair. I really was just gonna grab my like bag of stuff, which is like maybe a change of clothes. But I got you. I read you.
Go ahead and roll a deception check.
I mean, I'm being honest. Is that
Your change of clothes.
I'm not bringing the law back or trouble.
You said you're going to grab clothes and close out at another place. Both of those things are falsehoods.
Not necessarily. I want to just reconvene with the group and go back and see
where are you closing out at? Where's this flop house that you've been staying at? Not true.
Oh, okay. One tiny lie in. I don't have my.
One tiny lie on top of an illusion. Like this is a persona.
It is my house of cards built on a lot of facts. I am coming back with clothes. What is it? Deception is 4 is 15?
Yeah. The bartender's gonna like gesture for you to come closer.
I'm gonna lean forward.
I don't want to fucking be here either. Get your little sea elf ass out of here and don't come back. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you want. You don't want these folk as enemies. Run and watch your back.
I'm going to look up and laugh and... Ooh, I can't. Wait, I can! Hang on, I just need to check if the charm... Haha. The charm is not a concentration spell, so I am going to do a... Like, I'm gonna dig in my pocket or whatever for a gold and minor illusion it to look like a scruffy, dirty, gross copper, maybe like part mostly of a copper, and slide it over and just say, thanks for the tip. I won't be drinking anywhere else. I'm good for the night. I'll be back sober shortly.
Absolutely, lass. You deal with what business you need to be dealt with, and we'll see you here in the morning, I'm sure.
And I'm just gonna turn and walk out.
Okay. All right. Winnie, you exit the Dead Pelican.
Sure do.
The most
Sure.
elegantly named. Ahoy and welcome back, everybody. Let's consider that our break. Hell, why not? Welcome back to Horizons Call. Sorry, we here at Sword and Key HQ had a bit of a technical issue, but holy shit, there's a rainbow now, because that's what comes after storms. Speaking of storms, we're kind of in the middle of a metaphoric one in the middle of our game here. So while I look at this wonder of nature, let's jump back into stuff. Thank you again for joining us. Sorry again about the tech issues, but Winnie, you have kind of just been found out a little bit, but by probably the safest person in this bar, and you decided that you were going to leave the Dead Pelican and head back out into the night of Dalia. Where does the night take you?
Um, I would like to head towards kind of like where I was talking about, like somewhere near the docks that would probably have some cheap lodging. And do my little trick where like I dodge into an alley and swap what I look like with another disguise self spell, which I will dutifully tick off here somewhere. And I think a very, I don't know why I couldn't change into this, like a very scuffed up, mean looking kobold is gonna come skittering out of the alley instead and head. I'm gonna.
So, real quick,
I
if
can't.
you
Can
were, no, that's not saying you can't. Um, are you moving stealthily through the night, or are you just like, up, just another person heading where I said I was gonna?
Well, I'm gonna start as a person just heading where I was gonna.
Right. So then, as you dip into an alley, go ahead and give me a stealth check as you change into your kobold form.
Yeah, I would look around and stuff before I
Okay,
do it.
then
I'm
give
not
me a
gonna just-
perception check.
24.
24. Okay. Let me do a roll here.
And you'd think I would know by now. If I see anything weird, I'm not gonna do the change. 'Cause
In that
seems
case,
silly.
you do see something weird as you dip into an alleyway. You look up and see that just over the crenellations of this building,
Does it say Murder Alley? I gotta start reading the signs better.
No, it's Crime Alley. You're in the same alley
Dang
as
it.
Batman. You see this couple walking towards you with their young son. They're dressed very nice for this alley.
Free
For-
pearls!
yeah, free pearls. For some reason, your name now is Joe Chill. And
Yes.
yeah, the one thing that changes the entire multiverse is now dependent upon you. Do you kill Batman's parents?
I mean, it's a lot of pearls. Do you know what I could do with those?
I'm glad that's the reason and not the reason that Batman saves the world countless times. But okay, moving on. You would spot a pair of reflective eyes that dip back behind the crenellation. So something
How big?
is spying on you.
Are they like
Um,
my size eyes or are they like little eyes? Are they like Serona eyes or are they like.
They're your size eyes.
Hi! Nope. God. Okay. Let me try that again. Hi. Thing with eyes the same size as mine. You might as well come on out, because I see you. It's already gone badly for one person who didn't even cross me tonight, and, let's just get this over with.
Human, an assassin, essentially. But a hook. Jumps down from the roof, lands very lightly in the alleyway. You're incredibly perceptive.
Yeah, I get that a lot. Is this a beef or is this just like a routine?
You left. No one leaves alone.
Oh, see, you gotta have like a sheet of rules or something, because how are us news people supposed to like figure things out?
Typically, we learn through our mistakes.
Okay, but it's not really a mistake to like. It's not.
It's
fair to
only a
call
mistake if you do
something
something you're not supposed to.
Right, but if you don't know it's not something you're supposed to do, you get what I'm saying? Like the amount of things that I would have to ask.
Why are you in this alley?
Because it felt a little funny. Like, it's late. Like, there's people. I might be a hook, but there are people who aren't hooks who are, you know, kind of dangerous. And it's been a long day, is what I'm saying. So, do we have a problem? Or are we just like a couple of family members out on an evening stroll?
No problem.
Were you
Just here to
living
make
along
sure
the
that...
roofs the whole time? Can you teach me how to do that?
Yes, I can. And yes, I was.
How does that work when like the buildings aren't super close together? Is that just like a dead end, or do you have like a super neat way of getting from one to the other?
Do you jump, or do you use the tools that are given to you?
Gotta have good aim, I bet. Probably don't last long if you don't have good aim.
No, you really don't. So should I ask you, do we have a problem?
Should you... I'm just gonna answer no, I don't think we have a problem. Man, you know, I've been having a pretty... Like, I feel pretty good about you guys, but there's a lot of double talk that I'm gonna have to get used to. Because it feels like you ask one question that is really layered and really you're asking something else. And I'm pretty sure that's going to be my biggest problem, is trying to parse out what you're actually asking. And I don't want to answer the wrong thing, right?
You talk too much.
No,
Are you coming back now? Or is there somewhere else you need to be?
If you've been following me, you know I haven't gone anywhere that I've been going. Like...
You're not answering my question.
See, I thought I did. I thought we were doing the double... Okay, fine. No, I got somewhere else to go. Is that okay? That's why I said, are we going on a little family walk? Or are you dragging me back? Because I've been dragged
I'm not dragging you anywhere. I'm
What's
just
your name?
making sure you
I'm
stay
Greta. You
where you're
probably
supposed to
know.
be. I know your name.
Yeah, I figured. That seems to be a thing. But, like, I don't think we've gotten to you on the list of introductions. Like...
That's fine.
No, I mean, like, I'd like to know who I'm hanging out with, you know?
Just starts, like, literally stepping back out of the alley. Finish your night, Greta. Head back.
I'm trying, but then I get sidetracked with, okay, fine. Is there another tavern nearby?
Yeah, you're probably, I mean, if you want to go back to the Drunken Goat, you're probably not far from that.
Yeah, okay. I would like to do so.
Yeah.
I
mean, you're close to other bars as well. I mean, there's
yeah,
not a ton.
I'm
It's not
trying to
like,
think
you know,
of,
the
like...
economy supports that, but yeah.
But on the other hand, it probably kind of does, yeah.
I would say there's 2 other bars in this area.
I would like to go somewhere... I would like to go to the loudest nearby tavern. Like, I know we're getting up in the evening, but somewhere just, like... Not, like, dangerous rowdy, but just, like... You know, people having kind of too good of a time. I just
Lively.
want noise so that I can just, like... use the little shell phone... quietly, but also not in a way that someone lurking on a rooftop is going to immediately overhear me.
There are 2 other bars besides the Drunken Pelican. I'm sorry, the Dead Pelican and the Drunken Goat. There is the Sphinx, and there is the Bronzed Rock. ROC.
I mean, they all sound lovely. I just want the loudest one.
Okay, well, I would ask for an insight check, because the loudest still might not be what you are looking for.
Oh, fair enough. 14... 21.
Okay. The bars are relatively near each other, almost cat-a-corner. The loudest, hands down, the Sphinx. However, as you were approaching it, very much in the same way the Dead Pelican was like a biker bar for the hooks, this seems to be where the Imperials have set up.
Oh, nope.
And this is like this is an Imperial cop bar. So whereas, you know, the Bronzed Rock is not as lively, has a subtler, you know, there's still music playing, there's still people about, like, the Imperial Bar is rowdy.
It's not going to be an Imperial bar for long.
Nope. Does the Rock look like it also rents rooms?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say all these places do have accommodations.
I am going to go in there and go upstairs, and between that point and upstairs where there are rooms, I want to do a quick little disguise self into not a kobold, probably a dwarven man, probably that poor guy I left back with the one night stand. I put him to sleep.
Sure.
Yeah. We're gonna do a Doctor Who moment where just like I picked that face for no reason, but there's probably a reason. And then on the shell phone, I'm gonna come back downstairs on the shell phone. I'm gonna be like, "Hey, anyone still awake? Hey, I don't know. Does this like wake people up if
Winnie, I'm still awake. What do you want?
Hi, I'm at the Bronze Rock. I think. I don't know. It's been a long night. I'm near the Bronze Rock anyway. I just would kind of like a little escort home if anyone is available. I'm safe, but there's like I have a new
Winnie,
friend.
did you get yourself into trouble?
Yeah, this really sounds like you got into trouble.
Oh, I only have 25 characters. I gotta go. Love you. Bye.
No. Shell phone's not a phone call.
You are within range.
The shell phone you have dialed is no longer in service.
Just Winnie's voice.
It's a little Jeffrey's voice.
Winnie, I can come. What do you like?
Hey, so
Can we triangulate her ping?
I'm going through the Underdark.
Okay, no,
Why do you need an escort?
it's not really fair. There's just like a member of the Hooks who's like keeping tabs on me, and they aren't threatening, but like if I don't like
Why are you being followed by the Hooks?
Are those people?
well, like I don't
The Hooks
wanna
is
hurt
another
'em.
gang,
Yeah.
another criminal gang. They like to murder, kind of like the Eve Walkers,
Do a
but
lot of
far
murders
not as
and-
superior. Really
and
shitty.
heists. Not very well, I guess, because it wasn't successful. But
Their specialty is murder.
yeah, they do a lot of the
Oh.
murders. Oh, I also did a murder, but that's not really important. That's not
What?
No, it's fine. You're gonna find out sooner or later, so I might as well tell you now. But
I thought we were supposed to lay on the ground and be
Yeah.
low.
What?
Lay
Yeah.
low?
So close.
Winnie, where is this hook?
No.
On the roof?
Do you need like a distraction?
No, like I'm not who they think
Like
I
you
am
are
at
on the
moment,
roof?
but I also don't know for sure if they know who or what I am. So like I just if
What I am?
you could maybe bring me like another cloak or something, and I don't know, like
Proximus, I have an idea. Do you want to go escort Winnie and I'll be like a seagull and shit on the hook or something?
that'd be really good, because like again, they haven't
I
been mean
can-
to me specifically. They think I'm someone else. Also, maybe I joined the Hooks. And
I'm sorry, what?
You what?
There are so many.
well,
Hi, Scarlett.
Wait,
Greta joined
let's
the Hooks.
let's go back a
Yeah.
step. You joined an assassins guild?
They're assassins.
I don't know.
That
It seems that
explains a
way.
lot, actually, that would explain all the murders.
But yes, I'm sorry, you joined the Hooks.
Yeah.
You
I
know
went
it's a
into
bad
the
idea,
wrong
right?
bar. Well, it's not like I asked to. It's not like I like walked up to them and said, "Hey, are you hiring?" I kind of got pulled in. They have
This
a really
sounds like a-
loose application process. When you
This
think
sounds
about
like a story that we're gonna tell back at the ship.
it. Yeah, I'm in public, so,
So,
like
Where are
I'm
you?
getting a little heated, a little squeaky, and a
Where,
little loud.
where,
I'm
where
at the
are you, Winnie?
Bronze Rock,
All right, let's go.
but like the
Okay.
bird thing, not like the.
I am going to
stone
fly in, stay on the roof, okay?
I'm not
Oh,
on the roof. I'm in the bar.
Proximus, if you're gonna get on the roof, just
Uh,
stay far away from them. I'm gonna try and distract them and shit on them.
Yeah,
I guess
mean,
I'm
like,
walking
not outside.
alone.
I thought
Okay.
you said you were on the roof.
No,
No,
the
no, the hook is on the
assassin's
roof.
But I am a hook, so
Oh.
I can see why that would be confusing.
And I just like
I
hate
just want to
this.
get away from them quietly.
yeah.
And I don't necessarily want anything to happen to them because, like, they just think I'm going to get my stuff and go back to the dead pelican, which is where they live, I guess. It didn't really
Winnie,
seem
I
big
don't
enough
think
for
they are.
all those people.
I don't think they are innocent.
I hope not, because I killed
They
one
are
of them.
an assassin.
You
Well,
what?
what?
Anyway,
We're
Yeah,
coming to
okay.
get you right
I
now.
suppose
Yeah,
Don't
we're
worry.
coming. We're coming.
really get
All
the
right,
title
I am not going to
assassin
fly.
without doing an assassination. But, like, really, an assassination's only for important people. So, like, are they all
No, that's
killing?
not how. No, that's not how it works.
I thought that's what that meant.
No.
Okay.
We're coming.
We're coming. We're on
coming.
our way now. We're leaving the
This
ship.
is
Let's go.
turning into an octopus fart real quickly.
Derek, it's safe to say I've at least had a short rest, right?
I mean,
Cool.
I probably should have been using my dwarf voice this whole time. I'm sorry.
The assassin on the roof. How?
They're human. They have shiny eyes.
So
kinda
they
weird.
could probably see me if I was invisible.
I mean, better safe than sorry is what I would say. Then that's why I don't know. I don't know if they know I'm me or if they think I'm still Greta, a human. So right now we're
Ah.
dwarf man, but I also still might be Winnie. You know. You could just knock him out. I mean, I guess you could just kill him, but it just seems rude.
Derek, I'd like to turn into a Tressum, please.
Derek, how can we kick Winnie from the party?
Listen, she does production, okay? We can't. It's just like, okay, yes, you may absolutely transform into a Tressum.
Okay.
The worst
It's
thing
dark
to be
out.
pooped
It's
on
night.
from above.
Right.
Yes, it is night.
Proxim-
Absolutely.
Proximus is
Okay.
probably at the ship with me. Proximus, can you hand me a fish? Hand me a fish as a Tressum, please.
I'll be right there, and I'm gonna go to the galley and grab a fish. And if Honey's there, then I'm just gonna be like, it's for Acacia.
Yeah, no, Honey's drinking on the top deck. Honey
Right,
didn't give a
right,
shit, yeah.
right. So I'm gonna come up with a fish.
She goes, bring me one too.
Fair enough. I'll be right.
Scarlett's not at the ship yet, right? This is a different conversation, I'm assuming. Like, you're somewhere else.
I think Scarlett's made it back to the ship at this point. I think that's the
Okay.
point in the night where we're at. Is Scarlett's made it back? Y'all were drinking, and when he
When he was
because
out
we
pretty
established
late.
we
Okay.
established that Scarlett passed by Winnie going into the dead pelican.
At some point during the night, I would have liked to cast when Scarlett and Marcus got back. I want to cast two. Hold on, I'm gonna cast a second level Cure Wounds on him.
Perfect. Okay.
So that'll bend over the course. So that's 5 plus 9. Sorry, 5 plus 8. However much that is, he gets back.
So
And I'll
13.
mind link Scarlett, Proximus, me, and Marcus if he's coming. Before I
Yes,
turn
we
into
will.
a Tress. Before I turn into a Tressum. So that's another 5
Okay.
hours.
All right.
I'm allies, 3 creatures. So there's I assume Marcus is not coming.
He is.
Yeah, he's fine.
Oh, he is. He's
Yeah.
He's
fine?
licked his wounds enough. He's fine.
Okay, so I am going to cast aid on Scarlett, Marcus, and Acacia. So increase 5 current hit points. Cast that just before we get into this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then oh, I feel like I should go to the ceiling, to the roof, and take at least look for this assassin on the roof.
Proximus, I'm gonna drop a fish on him and just be annoying.
Hmm.
So
I got you.
A
maybe we can
nuisance.
time this to get Winnie out for distraction.
That sounds good. I
And if
am
things
going,
go wrong, then you can take care of him.
right. I will cast my I'll wait. Let's go. Let's on the move.
It's been a
Okay.
really long day when you think about it.
Yeah.
It's been a really
So-
long time.
It's been an incredibly long night. Winnie, you are on the second floor. You have shapeshift, or not shapeshift, you've illusorily become a dwarf. You are waiting for essentially your air support to come through. Acacia and Proximus, are you invisible or obscured in any way?
No, on the way there, I am going to use 2 sorcery points and cast Eyes of Darkness and create darkness around me, basis
Okay.
on my armor.
Okay. Scarlett, you and Marcus are traveling streetwise? Okay. Great. With that then,
I think
You-
it's weird to just hang out in like the equivalent of a hotel hallway. I think as a dwarf, Winnie would go back downstairs
Okay.
and like sit at the bar, but like maybe tuck her cloak like into like a ball shape and just like set that on her lap or something. Plausible deniability or whatever.
Okay. Those of you, well, I guess what's the plan here? So we have a couple of you traveling above. What is the plan for you two? And then Scarlett, what is the plan from the street?
Just acting as casual as possible.
Sure.
I what is it? If you act like you need to be somewhere, then no one's gonna question you being there.
Yeah.
I have a clipboard. No, everyone trusts everyone with a clipboard.
Yes, yes.
I was gonna say Marcus like leans you against one of the like street walls of one of the buildings and is just kind of like, pretending like you both are just like having a couple's evening out, whereas you both are being incredibly perceptive of the things around you. You have a clipboard for some sexy reason, I'm sure.
Sexy secretary. Let's go.
From
We do
pirate
this.
captain to secretary. Let's go.
Tavern inspector.
Your health inspector. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I have both an authority and a voyeur sort of vibe to me. So,
Jesus.
let's do this in public. For Proximus traveling in darkness and Acacia traveling by way of Catbird, what would you like to do?
I will stay about 20 feet behind Acacia while
I
we
plan-
fly.
I plan on acting on everyone else's cue for a distraction, but I want to drop a fish on the dude and, as gross as it is, empty my bladder.
Um, that brings up some questions.
Yes.
Like, if you eat like a
Uh-huh.
person as a druid, as a bear, just you.
What?
Those are like Venom questions, though. It's like, well, Venom eats a lot of heads. Does he also have to poop out the
Oh,
heads?
right.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
It's all the green goop. Anyway, okay.
Uh,
So
I just want to be a menace to him so he's not paying attention to the bar Winnie is in.
The distraction that we need.
he is hidden. So, Acacia, why don't you give me a perception check?
All I know is that he's on the roofs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I gotta.
And a human.
And a
if there
human.
was any other information I picked up, I would have passed that along, but I think that's all Eva got.
He's essentially a human with dark vision.
I got a 27.
Yes. So in the shadows, you do spot a human who is kind of like trying to keep an eye on the street below while also trying to maintain eyes on like the alleyways. Like this is a building that has, 3 sides of it are technically open when he could come out on any side. So they're trying to keep as much of a bird's eye view as possible. You may absolutely release your payload.
Double payload, fish and other stuff.
Okay.
Not great.
As you bombardier this member of the hooks.
Yeah, I'm
um,
waiting for the cue from everyone else. I can't talk
Okay.
to Winnie, but I can talk to Scarlett and Proxy and Marcus.
So when Acacia drops, we are going to, when the cue is given, we are going to roll for initiative. So are we all good to go? Okay. Winnie, what's the go word?
Fish sticks.
A dwarf standing in a bar talking to no one goes, "Oh, fish sticks," and Acacia drops the fish and releases the
Yes,
back
just
door.
you leave. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Um,
yes.
I like the payload. That was
Yeah.
a great
Yeah,
analogy.
bombs away. You watch as the fish smacks this guy in the head. If you would like to do a D4 of damage, I think getting hit by a fish from above is enough, if not even physical, just psychic damage. And
I
getting
got
peed
2
on even
points
more
of
so.
2 points of psychic damage.
2 points of psychic damage as this assassin gets hit by the old fish and piss.
The old fish and piss.
The old fish and piss.
It's also it's cat. It's not going to come out.
No, it's both cat and horse
No,
somehow.
it
It
is
is
the worst.
the worst of
Ooh.
all worlds. Okay, let's go ahead and roll for initiative as we see what comes next
I
here.
grab the truss and step block.
Is this all of us?
This is everybody because we're
Okay.
going to do turn by turn here to see if
15.
I got 9.
Oh, that's a homebrew. I gotta find the
That's a
actual
14.
Tressum. Can I just use the homebrew? I can't find the actual.
yeah, that's fine.
It's fine. Of 8.
Okay. All right, then Winnie and then Acacia. Okay. So because what I have is the assassin's going to go, then Proximus, Scarlett, Winnie, Acacia. That sounds right. Okay, cool. The assassin is caught off guard, but with an insult like that, and especially someone who has spoken so highly of their aim, he's going to draw a throwing dagger, and he's going to toss it upwards towards the Tressum that just dropped on him. So
I would probably be like, probably like, maybe like 2 buildings high.
mhm.
I don't know how
Yep.
much.
If he's
I'm
throwing a
presuming
knife-
that if you are peeing, you're probably within dagger range.
That's fair.
Yeah, he has a range of 60 feet with this. So with that is a 19 to hit.
That
And
hits.
yeah, you are going to take 6 points of piercing damage, and you are going to take 8 points of poison damage, as this is a poisoned blade. Does that take you out of Tressum form?
It's called surprise horse time.
My favorite time.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, sorry, it was how many? It was six and what?
6 and 8. So 14 in total. Okay.
How much
as
fall
these-
damage do I take?
So you're about 2 buildings high. That's we said
Maybe
that
like
this one
20
had
feet above what's his face?
Yeah,
yeah,
how
so
much
this
does he
does
take?
have a second floor, so that's about 20 feet, maybe 40 feet up. If you're going to land on the roof, it's going to be about 20 feet to fall.
So 2d6 damage.
2d6 damage. Yes.
Can I try
Worth.
and land on him?
Yeah, you can.
All right. Do you want to roll the fall damage, or do you want me to roll?
I've just started. It's 9 points of fall damage.
That's fine.
And these dark vision eyes go wide as this tiny Tressum turns into a horse person who then comes just like, that's a nightmare. That's a nightmare that just like out of nowhere, a herd animal falls on you from above.
Yes.
I will take 9 hit points away from this poor individual. In addition to the 2 already. All right. And you have landed. I'm going to call this guy prone. With that,
Distraction. Distraction has been made. Sorry for the crashing sound.
Proximus, in your darkness from above, you see all of this. What would you like to do?
Yes, this changes many things. He is going to use Shadow Guardian 14th form and use a hasten spell to do Shadowy Undertow and release Rothalum's psychic lance from his forehead.
Okay.
And that is a intelligence saving throw of 18.
Okay.
I'm just hoping he's not very intelligent, like me.
Rolled 11 plus 7. That is exactly 18. Yeah.
Well, he's gonna fail save. You're gonna take 7d6 halved. So
We are using the ambitious assassin stat block from the Book of Many Things today.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
In case anyone was wondering.
Yeah, in case.
Oh, that's a lot of ones. So 11 psychic damage. And then Proximus is gonna fly in 40 feet and take 2 slashes.
Okay. Go for it.
That is a 19 to hit
19 hits.
and a 29 to hit, which
Absolutely.
is much better. Oh, that's a D10. That's 18 slashing damage. Oh, 2 10s. Nice. 18 twice.
Okay.
36
36. Okay.
from the darkness that has now engulfed him.
Thank God I have a dagger of blind sight.
You're right. Jeez.
With that, I am going to use one of the legendary actions. It's cunning legendary action to essentially break whatever a grapple of being under a centaur might be. So the assassin is going to pull himself free and kind of take a couple of steps back with like this impending darkness, but also Acacia in front of them. And you see the eyes narrow, and he says, "You're Acacia, aren't you?"
Is there an attack of opportunity on that backup?
Not with the cunning legendary action. It's essentially like a disengage sort of deal.
I don't answer. You can't see me right now. It's darkness, so
Oh, he can't see you. Okay.
I don't think he would have gotten a really good look at me while falling. And then
Isn't this-
darkness came in, so
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, the eyes definitely narrow a little bit, and I hate to-
regardless if he does
So-
ask or not, I'm not going to answer.
Fair enough. I will say that the eyes do twinkle a little bit. I'll give this to you. You know it's not just dark vision.
Okay.
And he is like looking right at your face. And he looks over at Proximus. Yes, you are Acacia. Assad will hear about this. You've broken every rule there was to be broken. With that,
It was just supposed to be a fish. You're the one who shot first.
Scarlett, it is your turn.
Am I still outside?
Yeah. Yeah, you've heard a thump from above.
Yeah. God damn it. Okay, well, I guess I'm going above. I don't think I have anything that would help in this situation.
Okay. There is a ladder along the side of the building. Climb up the side of that. Use your movement to get to the top. You can see a bubble of darkness and an assassin looking pretty beat up with some slashes across him, who notes you as well as you come up. So that is your movement, but if you have an action,
Unless we want to banish him.
Are you asking that where any of us can hear?
The mind link. What
Which
do we want to do?
I can't hear.
I can temporarily get rid of them.
I honestly don't want this to get back to Assad.
So, yes? Or do you want me to kill him?
I'm going for the kill.
Okay, cool. We're
Hooks
gonna
aren't
do
on
that
my
then.
my list on my good list right now.
Okay. Fine. Oh god, no, this is going to end very poorly.
I think
Oh,
all of you know
everything-
Winnie enough to know that if she knew that he threw a dagger at a Tressym, like all bets are off. He's not a good guy at that point.
It's a deck save, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna cast Disintegrate on this person.
Are you just
Okay.
blind casting in the
Derek
darkness?
said I could see him.
Oh,
yeah,
Okay,
he
cool.
is not in the darkness. I don't think he stepped out of it.
he stepped out. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. What's the save he needs to make?
18 decks.
18 dex. So I rolled a 2 plus 7. However, I'm going to use one of his daily legendary resistances to succeed that.
Fine. I still think it's half.
Yeah, I think he takes damage regardless.
Yes. On a failed save, target takes whatever. It doesn't say anything about a successful saving throw.
I'm pretty sure it does.
I'm
Is it-
missing.
Disintegrate.
Just says if what happens if it can end up at 0 hit points.
All right. Thin green line. On a failed save, the target takes 10d6 plus 40 force damage. The target is disintegrated. This damage leaves it with 0 hit points. Disintegrated creature. Spell automatically disintegrates. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I don't think that it takes any on successful
Rude.
save.
I'm
Yep.
just gonna
Go ahead.
hold up my middle finger at him.
Okay, cool. Free action. With that, Winnie, it is your turn. You can hear footsteps on the roof above
Yeah.
and the thump of a barnyard animal landing from 20 feet above.
Yeah, I think at that point, just in preparation for all this, Winnie would have made sure that her tab would have been paid up. Is it reasonable to say that I could have had something wrapped in my cloak that was sitting in my lap at the bar, such as
Sure.
the tentacle rod?
Sure.
I have it. It's been in my backpack this whole time.
Okay.
I will make my way outside. Unless I saw, like, is this New York? Was there, like, a stairway up to the roof that I saw when I was upstairs?
No. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say, even though the roofs here are often flat, there's no
Yeah, no.
clear access point.
Oh,
You would also note that with the thump from above, some people have gone out onto the street and are trying to look up to see what's happening up there.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna head out.
Okay.
And then I will, if I, can see stuff from within 30 feet, cool.
I wouldn't say you'd get a good line. You could maybe see like the darkness bubble, but you can get a good line on the assassin. But you are pretty sufficiently intermingled with the crowd right now who are going out on the street.
Do I hear anything interesting?
I would say that you could hear like voices and maybe the casting of spells.
Oh, I meant from the crowd, sorry.
Oh, it's mostly just people, saying like, "Oh, what's going on up there? I heard a thump." You even noticed that like some Imperials are making their way over, like, "Oh, what's going on over here? What's the hubbub? Somebody steal your sweet roll," stuff like that.
Sweet rolls. In which case, Winnie will go around the side. she'll go the long way if she has to. Whatever is like further away from being monitored to try and get somewhere she can get up or get a view.
Okay.
And I guess we'll hold any if she can dash without being like obvious about it, she'll do that to maximize her distance. Otherwise, she'll hold her action with the tentacle rod in case she sees the assassin.
So I mean, you can climb the same ladder that Scarlett did with the dash and get to the top of this building. Okay. So all of you are joined by a dwarf for some reason. With a tentacle rod.
I would have said.
Do I recognize the tentacle rod because I gave it to Winnie?
I would have said on the shell phone, like, hey, I did say on the shell phone, hey, currently I'm a dwarf, but I don't know if he sees a dwarf or if he sees a Winnie.
So reasonably, you will, in the darkness and everything, you will see a dwarf pop up, reasoning it to be Winnie. Winnie, any bonus actions or anything you want to do for your turn?
So many. I would like to. Can I see anybody?
You can see the assassin. You can see Scarlett. You can see a bubble of darkness, presumably with at least Proximus, perhaps Acacia inside of it.
Okay. I would like to hold my bonus action, and if I see Acacia, who presumably made that big barnyard thump, I would like to give bardic inspiration, and sing just like a little bit of a dwarven drinking, so like a rallying cry to ignore the pain.
Oddly enough, also called the barnyard thump.
Yeah, classic dwarven ditty.
Okay. Well, in that case, Acacia, it is your turn.
All right. In that case, I'm going to upcast and use a 5th level spell slot to cast Blight on this dude. I'd like to try and desiccate him. Con save 17.
Okay. That's a nat 20 on the die. That is a success.
It doesn't matter because he still takes half damage.
Okay, what's that half damage?
So it's going to be 98. Wait, hold on. Did I just roll 2? I rolled 8 by mistake. So 32 plus an additional 1. 32. So 34 halved. So 16.
Okay.
And how far away is he from me?
He's just taken like enough steps to get out of the darkness from you all. So whether
Would you say it's at least 10 feet?
We could reason 10 feet. Sure.
Well, I'd like. Oh no, it's to move at least 30 feet. Never mind.
Okay.
I can use. No, I was trying to use my charge attack. I can use as a bonus action. In that case, I don't think that's as. I think that's all I got right now. I think.
Okay. What
are they wearing for armor?
It is essentially just studded leather.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. We're back to top of the order with the assassin, who now with Scarlett and this dwarf, and just everything else. This bubble of darkness all around them. They are going to use. Let's see. They're going to throw 2 daggers, one towards Scarlett and one towards this mysterious dwarf. So that is a 20. It's going to hit Winnie. It's a 16 plus 7. For Scarlett, that is an 8 plus 7, so that's a 14.
But does it hit the dwarf?
It hits the dwarf.
Also,
what's my damage?
But no, it does not hit.
Does not hit Scarlett. Okay. So Winnie, you are going to take 10 points in total, 5 of piercing, 5 of poison, as a poison dagger stabs at you. And then they are going to take their they're going to take their last legendary action for a vanishing escape. They will basically pull something from a pouch, slam it down on the ground, which will essentially a flashbang. There is a flash of dazzling light and disorienting smoke, which emanates out from them and around them. Let's see, each creature. So this is done even without a save, weirdly enough.
So
I'll
it's
double check that.
magical?
It's not. It's
fine.
let's see how this. The assassin creates a sudden distraction, such as a cloud of sorting smoke flashes dazzling light, filling a 10-foot cube within 5 feet of the assassin. Each creature of the assassin's choice in that area takes 2d8 psychic damage, and the assassin has the invisible condition. The invisibility lasts until the end of the assassin's next turn. So, all of you are roughly within 10 feet. We'll take 10 points of psychic damage, and the assassin is now invisible. And that is the end of their turn.
Blind sight.
true. So, Acacia, you, even though they are invisible, would see that they are running for the other end of the rooftop. They are still on the rooftop. They have used their movement basically to get to the edge of it, but they are looking to flee this this battle that they are losing.
Yeah, I will say in the mind link towards the end of the rooftop, and I'll give a direction or which end.
Sure. With that, Proximus, it is your turn.
Well,
Don't
now
give me
I
that
can't
face,
see
Mikyl.
anything. Now I can't see anything, and I don't like it.
Does your darkness sight give you like the ability to see invisible creatures or anything?
I can. That's a good point.
That's what I'm here for.
Because I was gonna drop it, and now I'm second guessing it. Eyes of the Dark. If you cast with sorcery points, you can see through the darkness you created. So not
Okay.
blind sight.
Okay.
Or yeah. So I am going to drop because he could obviously see through the darkness. I'm gonna drop darkness. Use my bonus action to Shadow Guardian, and you see him kind of spin his flip his glaive over and draw like a circle into the ground where Shadow is, and cast Shadow Predator, and Smokey comes hopping out.
Good boy.
And I am going to sick him on. Let's see.
Good boy.
Can he? There's some kind of perception thing. No. Keen hearing and smelling.
Mhm.
So I.
Yeah, because we're using Direwolf, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, keen hearing and smell has advantage on perception checks that rely on hearing and smell. Yes, I
wanted
will
to point him out.
Yeah, I did a roll for Smokey. He rolled a 19 plus. His perception is +3. I think he can sniff out this this assassin. So yes, if you would like to use Smokey's bite attack, go for it.
Yes. Bite him. Ooh. That is a dirty 20.
Nice.
And 2d6 plus 3 piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's nice. 12, 15 points of piercing damage. And I have him just continue. Oh, and it must succeed in a DC
Mhm.
13.
Which he does not succeed on. He
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm not going to use his last save on this. He is knocked prone. Smokey has pulled him to the ground, although he does remain invisible.
I am going to, oh god, he's so close. I really don't have any area attack. I'm gonna hold my action. If he pops in, I'm gonna Proximus will use his action to lightning bolt if he comes into sight.
Okay. He will at the end of his next turn.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to hold my.
Okay. Scarlett, you at least have Smokey has bitten this guy. You have a general direction. If you have anything you would like to do, we can call this close enough to a straight roll. I mean, you at least have a general area depending on what you're trying to do.
Yeah, I would like to do the thing. I would like to cast Shatter. I'm gonna upcast that as a 5th level spell. Cast Shatter and also cast it as a careful spell, so Smokey does not get
So
hurt.
no Smoky. Okay. All right.
It's
That's
a
fine.
18 con save.
My one concern. Okay, I am going to use, in this case, I'm glad I saved it, the last legendary resistance for this. So
This one
what
does
is-
take half damage, though.
It
I know
does
that
take half
much.
It's a trap.
Right.
Half of 23. I'm
Um,
making you do the math.
That's not
You
bad.
are.
That's not bad.
No.
That's good. That's good. We're chipping
so
away
like
at this.
11 points. Okay. Great. Cool. Okay. Still standing. Not better than he ever has. I'm still standing. Okay. With that, Winnie, it is your turn. Unless Scarlett, you had anything else?
No.
I love how careful I'm being, despite the fact that if he didn't see through the disguised self, then he absolutely doesn't recognize Winnie. But he looked like not great when I got up to the top of the roof, right? Like he'd taken some hits.
He'd definitely taken some hits. Sorry, what do you mean he didn't recognize? Oh, you just mean like if you had turned into Winnie and not the dwarf, he wouldn't
Yeah,
have.
I'm just thinking
Yeah.
like I've been so careful about preserving this dwarven persona. I'm a drop it though because I love held actions, and even though I don't know it's coming, Winnie would just do this anyway. She's gonna cast Dispel Magic, which targets an effect. So as long as this is a magical invisibility, I don't think I have to see him.
Wouldn't all invisibility be magical?
Winnie's an artificer. Like
I have to assume, right?
I would assume so, but also like
In case.
I've already ranted about schools of magic, so like
I'm gonna consider it doesn't say that it's a spell. It doesn't say that it's not a spell. We can consider this a spell.
it's a magical
So-
effect would be my.
It seems like a magical effect. Yeah, the way they describe invisibility is like Chris Angel, like oh, you just don't see him because the lights are too bright. And
It's
it's like,
John Cena,
We've had so many John Cena references, and I can't.
honorary friend of the podcast.
that's a stealth roll with intimidation. That's John Cena. Don't see me. All right. Fantastic. Yes. Visible next to Smokey, looking all beat up to hell. Eyes still glowing in the darkness. Anything else for your turn?
Can I see Acacia yet?
Yes, darkness was dropped.
Oh, Acacia, you look okay, just scuffed up, or would you like a healing word?
I'm like 63 out of 100. It's a little over half.
Okay, I am gonna bonus action healing word then.
How much? Let's go.
That's an excellent question. I will upcast it, and you get the slowest dice on the planet. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Are those fish? I still don't know what those are. 15.
Thank you very much.
And that is it. I will get closer, I guess, but that's it.
With that, then, Acacia, it is your turn.
I'm assuming now he's like at least 30 feet away because he ran.
Yes, that he used the extent of his movement. Yeah.
Cool. Is he within 30 feet?
I think he's just outside because we said he was about 10 feet away before.
Okay.
He moved 30, so he's about 40 feet.
Okay, well, I have a 40-foot move speed, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
Charging versus charging. I'm gonna move 10 mechanically. I'm gonna move 10 feet, and then I'm gonna charge 30 feet later for a charge and hoof attack. But first, I'm gonna get within a 30-foot range and cast my last 4th level spell slot for another blight.
Okay.
Con save 17.
Okay. Let's see. Got a con +2. That's a 19 +2.
Okay, so that's still a half damage.
Mm-hmm.
That is gonna be a total of load, please. Wow, you weren't kidding. Eva, that dice are being a pain in the ass today.
Um,
So that's 31, so 15 damage.
Okay.
Which is halved. And then I'm going to charge and do a hoof attack. And since he's prone, that's an advantage.
yeah, he has not had the chance to stand back up yet. Yep.
So I'm gonna do a nice little hoof attack on that. So that's gonna be advantage plus 10. That is a 19 plus 10.
19 absolutely hits.
So that's just only gonna be a 1d4 plus 5. So that's total of 6 damage. So yeah, I'm trying to crush this guy.
With 3 hit points left, even with Uncanny Dodge, you finish this guy off. How do you trample to death this ambitious assassin?
I am probably aware that murder is I know murder is their main, way of trying to getting jobs and stuff.
Sure.
But I think it's also safe to say that as well as murder, they probably do information collecting after murder. So I'm specifically aiming for jaw and throat, so they can't question the dead.
Okay.
So I'm stamping that out. So even if they do try to cast a spell to get information, good fucking luck.
Okay. And when the viscera trotting is done, you all are out of combat.
You see Proximus, and he looks disgusted.
Oh,
Sorry.
I am sorry. The Triton that was going to carry a dragonborn chest up and around the stairs.
Oh yeah, that's right.
What?
Yeah, well, I mean, you didn't have to tell anyone when he. I was just gonna say it's very intimidating. Whatever.
Yes. Sorry about that. I really didn't want him to talk, and now they can't question a dead body if they try to speak with dead. I'm sorry.
I don't know if anyone is fluent in gargle, but yes, that is all they will get.
Maybe someone.
Maybe. Not me.
We could just feed him to the fishes.
How about we
Anyway,
just
thanks.
search him and then continue trying to lay low?
Yeah. No, he's probably got some pretty good stuff.
I actually thought of honey there for a second. I'm like, oh, honey would definitely eat him.
Nope. First of all, not a fish. Second of all,
But also, honey.
don't mind the hoof marks, honey.
Is it cannibalism if they're not part of the same species?
Great question.
All right. That's
Hashtag
true.
educational.
That always bugs me in fiction where they're like, oh, the cannibal gnolls who eat dwarves. I'm like, no, words mean things.
Yep.
Words mean things.
Thanks for coming to get me, guys, because I don't think that was going to work as well as I thought it might have if I took him on my own, which was my first thought. Hey, where's little Jeffrey? Is he okay?
In the sky, zooming towards you, ready to fire his ranged attack.
Eyes red, just
Why did they leave me?
like the Iron Man suits.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe, does he have a hook? We should probably take that.
Yeah, I'm probably searching the body, looking for things, blah, blah, blah.
You see that Winnie is absolutely wearing a hook pendant.
Yeah.
He wasn't
I saw
joking.
It fair and square.
I'm going to look over the stairs to see if there's anybody coming.
Yes. So the hubbub below is gathering as the Imperial Bar has also joined like the what's going on up there. And you do see that a couple of the more sober sentries are starting to gather as well. Actually, City Guard, who are looking to climb the ladder.
We could make ourselves invisible and continue this conversation elsewhere.
Derek, I have a very weird, morbid question that kind of is going. It's like a blend of mechanics and like I'm also thinking Baldur's Gate stuff.
Mare, it's not my birthday.
So so how would you classify a dead body? Would it be considered an object? Because I
Sure
can.
fucking is.
So I'm gonna pick up when I use wild shape. I can
Yeah.
choose for things to
That's
join
how
my
it works.
body.
Yeah. Yeah,
Really?
sure can. That's
You have a
yeah.
choice of like either consuming all your items in a wild shape or like not or
Add it.
have them fit in your new form, but they don't like change to fit your form. So like, for example, like a
You can't have a
bracelet
bear
could
with
be
armor, right?
yeah, like a bracelet
Yeah.
could be worn as like a collar on a cat or something.
Ah.
Yeah, so the wording is, let's see, game says
Transmutation.
I mean, like,
transform. You choose whether your equipment falls to the ground in your space, merges into your new form, or is worn by it.
How would this work with a dead body in the confines of this game?
I'm gonna say,
you're no longer hungry.
so the way I'm gonna classify this is if you can fit it into a bag. I think that's how I'm going to consider if something transforms into you. That said, you have bags of holding.
I'm a centaur too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you also like have the carrying capacity to just like loaf this guy across your back and then shapeshift into something.
Proximus, sorry,
Hey,
go ahead,
kids.
Winnie.
Come play D&D.
Proximus, if this doesn't work, I'm going to need you to grab the body and fly with it.
I was going to grab someone that was alive to bring them back to the ship. But
What?
okay.
They're dead now.
Well, I don't know who can fly and who cannot.
I'm real slow and real obvious.
Yeah, I was gonna give you a piggyback ride.
Oh, I see what you mean.
I'm going to drape the guy on my back, Derek, and try to see if this works.
Yeah, what are you changing into?
A seabird. Just
Okay.
a seagull.
So there's a part of my brain that's like, when you transform, do you still feel like yourself, but like you're just wearing like the animal's clothes? Like, is that kind of what it feels like? Does it feel like, a berserker with like a bear skin draped over you? I have to imagine that like you can still feel your gear. So even as a seabird, you still know that there's a dude back there. If anything, it kind of almost presents like a seabird conjoined twin sort of deal. It's not great.
Oh,
But
I hate this. I'm never doing this again. You hear Scarlett and Proximus hear this. I'm never doing this again. Oh no, this is gross.
And that's how you get your players to make smart decisions. So yes, you absolutely have full flight and everything. I will note that Marcus is on the ground level and is trying to talk to the guards and trying to like keep them away from the ladder. Like, oh no, I saw them go down the alley right there. You don't need to worry about this ladder at all. A thump, you say? Why am I bleeding? I fell.
Dear God,
lot?
I'm going to Dimension Door down to where Marcus is, and then Dimension Door again, just 500 feet away.
Anyway, I'm
Just
sure
for
the roof
fuck's
is
sake.
totally fine, so you can go up there anytime that you like. Not that I have to give
Just
you permission.
like shirt
I'm not
yank
giving
through
you
the
permission.
fucking Dimension Door.
What's my charisma score?
Jesus.
I love him.
As you all evacuate the roof, flying off into the night in your various forms, dimension dooring away, you are all able to return to your respective ships still in dry dock. Is there anything else you all want to do in this 3-session fucking night?
I know, right? 4 sessions, isn't it?
Almost.
It's
It was like 4 including the day.
been a while. I would like to just pull Acacia aside when we get back and like have a moment. Maybe not immediately. And after I get little Jeffrey, my emotional support were-shark, eyes on him.
Yeah.
Acacia, if you have a second, I just have a little question for you.
Sure. Can we do it while I search this motherfucker?
Oh yeah. Oh, I have stuff to look at too. And I, while
Also,
she's,
You might want to remove this. Motion to the hook.
oh yeah. I'm gonna shove it, in my bag, I guess. And while Acacia's going through the assassin stuff, I'm gonna go through the Minotaur stuff, and just.
You still have that.
I mean, I didn't get rid. What was I gonna do? Leave it there?
I just forgot about. I forgot you had it.
Seems wasteful. Yeah. So like, there's a couple things I guess that we could talk about, but I just had a question about your family because I know we like. Okay, so we've got your dads, whom I love very much. They are very good dads. And then we've got your, I guess, what is he? Your great uncle, Darius is.
He's my dad's uncle, so that makes him my great uncle. I'm very concerned on where you're going with this.
Yeah, I just wondered, like, are there any other uncles that are going to be coming out of the woodwork? Because, like,
Why? I don't know.
I met well, I didn't meet Greta met Cyrus tonight, and I hadn't
Greta?
heard about Cyrus before. It's me, but it's my like. I'm gonna use my last like slot to like disguise self into Greta real quick and like, and then disguise like drop it.
Okay. Cyrus doesn't mean anything to me.
Oh well, he maybe should. I don't want to tell you your business, but like. Family's family is all, and if I've ever learned anything tonight, it's that like when you're blood family, or you know what I mean, like the only way out is death. So, yeah, I think he's Darius's brother. To be fair, I didn't ask him, but that's the like major rumor, and like he's an elf, but like I guess I could kind of see it. Maybe.
I'm so confused, and why are there so many? But who is okay? So Cyrus is my uncle.
Should I
but
not have
who
said
is he?
this? It felt rude to keep it.
I'm
from
just
you.
really confused. But who
okay.
is he?
So I was at this bar. The dead pelican, the dead presidents. No,
You were at a bar.
I was at a bar. The Hook home base. The dead pelican. Yeah, that's right. And he was the guy who like grabbed me and was like, "Hey, you thought you could come in here, take a brief 2-second look at us, and decide not the right place to hang out and leave? No, you're gonna stay and you're gonna be one of us." Like I said, they don't have very good recruiting practices. Although I guess it was effective. He was very like intimidating, but kind of nice. He wasn't. Well, he did have me kill someone, so that wasn't very nice. But he's sort of like, they don't have a second in charge, but if there was like a lesser fisher person, he would be the lesser fisher person. Like the bait master maybe? No, that's a terrible thing.
Winnie,
I said that.
Winnie, so you kind of work for my uncle.
Yeah, but not the one that I know and love, like a new one. Not like he's a recent uncle, but like probably they were uncle, like, I don't know so much about it, but like I guess he's an exile or something. To be fair, the person I was talking to was very drunk, so I don't know how much, and I don't know if they know the truth. Like, you know, I only know what they told me, but like.
So what you're saying is I need to talk to my dad, maybe, potentially. Maybe this has to do with Uncle Marique too. I don't know.
It would probably be a good idea, and also like I know like we're killing hooks now. Which I don't necessarily disagree with, and kind of have already been doing, I guess. But like, maybe don't kill every single one of them before, you know, checking to see if it's a relative. Also, the bartender was really nice, and we should probably try and get them out if possible.
I just didn't want this to get back to Assad because I just paid him to do a job
terrifying.
for me.
Yeah. Do you know Assad?
Oh, I met with
Obviously
him last
you're
night.
Not friends. Oh. Yeah.
He's a war criminal from Gondola.
Oh, I could see that actually. Like that's a really mean thing to say about someone, but no, I absolutely believe it.
If we don't kill him, Honey and Connery are going to come back at some point.
What I'm hearing is we should
feel like
clean
they
house.
have the right to.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. So I don't like him, and I fully endorse this plan of action at some point. Maybe not today.
Oh, no. I really could use a nap. Like, I had a nap earlier, but, like, I could do another one if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It sounded like a euphemism. It wasn't a euphemism. I've also had a lot of beer. I don't usually drink this much. I'm not drunk, but I'm just saying,
Right.
like, it's been a long night.
Maybe we should all just go back to the ships and sleep
Also-
everything off.
I thought we were at the ship.
Oh, I thought Winnie was just talking to me one-on-one.
Oh,
But no, we
yeah,
could
it
have
was-
it.
it
We
was
can
like-
have it in.
It was
Oh, I
at,
thought
like,
we
a
were in my-
comfortable time. I didn't.
Yeah.
To be fair, I
Yeah.
also didn't know.
But we
where
were all just
were.
hanging out and going over
Wait, we can all hang out. I don't care.
What went on?
No, this was. I
How
just
this
wanted like a
happened.
private moment with Acacia, because it's
See myself
family. I wanted it to be Acacia's thing to pass on to everyone else
Yeah.
if she chose. No offense, I love everyone.
No, it's
But-
fine. I'll see myself out.
So also, you should
Scarlett's
let
like, I was standing right here.
Also, you probably should debrief everybody about the whole hook situation.
Oh yeah, it just seemed like maybe not the right time, and also like I was in the bar and like the shell phone wasn't really secure. I mean, it's a
They would have
private line,
killed you.
but, like,
They would have killed you.
oh yeah. No, so I did what I needed to do to survive. But also like that guy was gonna die anyway. Like he was not making it out of there that evening. So like I don't feel too bad about that. I mean I don't feel good about it, but you know what I mean. Anyway, hey, if we need any inside hook information, I could just go back there.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
They're expecting me at dawn. They're expecting Greta at dawn.
To be fair, Greta's probably gonna be a suspect now because this dude, and I will motion to the guy I'm currently searching, was following you, and he didn't come back.
That's not my fault. Greta's fault.
I know,
mean,
but
it's
you'll-
definitely my fault.
But Greta will be a suspect.
Yeah. Possibly. I was
No,
going to say
Will.
yeah, like I was gonna say, Greta couldn't have taken him on her own, which I'm pretty sure she couldn't have. But also, I did kill someone else, so maybe. But this guy was one tough person. I don't know. Like, why did they have someone so fancy following me? That's not very nice. I thought we were family. He didn't even tell me his name. Does he have a driver's license in there? I would like to know what to call him.
What
Jim.
do I find?
What would he drive?
A cart? I don't know his history. Maybe he grew up on a farm. Maybe he needs to handle heavy machinery in his spare time. He wasn't always an assassin.
All the heavy machinery of Mars. Yes, Acacia, go ahead and give me an investigation check, please.
Do I gotta for anything? Because I
Loot
have all the time in the
that.
world.
Corpse.
There is something very specific.
Okay.
That you will get everything but one thing with no roll.
Cool.
There is one thing that is specifically hidden.
Cool. I'm gonna do guidance on myself because that is a
Sure.
thing I can do.
Oh no, it's your cousin.
And
Somebody help.
we can say Winnie gives you advantage, also helping you look through.
1,000.
Cool beans. Flat
Oh.
roll, folks.
I don't know what I'm giving you though.
That's only an 11,
You can add +5.
a 16.
With advantage?
I got a 3 and a 7.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, good.
If someone makes
Oh wait,
an
hold on.
ability
I got
check in my area, I can give them +5 to a roll.
wait. I got a 7. I got a 4. I got a 5, but I also have my psionic knack
Mhm.
that I can also do. Hold on, give me a second.
Sorry
hold on, I
for
can do a
all
lot
of
of
you. I cheat out of Flash of Genius.
Sorry. I can also do. Where's my little thing? I can do a psionic knack, which will give me a D6, which is a 6, and then I can also do. Where is it? I'm assuming my cosmic omen can also be on myself. It just says whenever a creature I can see within 30 feet is about to make an attack roll saving throw or ability check.
Yeah, I will say you hit the marker already. If you that's
Oh, cool. But I do
something
want
you
to see what my total is.
Please, by all means.
Okay. So I got a 7, a 4, a 6, a 1, and an extra +5, which is 23. Okay. Hell yeah.
You go through the things, the personal effects of this assassin of the Minotaur. The Minotaur is pretty standard. There's thieves' tools in there, and if you want to roll me a D100, that's how much gold. Acacia, if you want to roll a D100 as well, similar thing. for how much gold. You don't find any magical weapons on this individual. You find a number of daggers. I mean, at least
5 gold.
5 gold. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Well,
Gold.
they were on the hunt. They weren't carrying a lot. You find 5 daggers, which you know from experience are all laced in poison. They are wearing leather armor. They have their hook. They were traveling light. You do know that they have like standard tools of the trade. The one tool that they were hinting to Winnie at, they do have a essentially a grappling hook. It is like a kunai and chain. So when Winnie was talking about jumping from roof to roof, they have a grappling hook to assist them in doing so. So if you would like to add grappling hook to your inventory, you absolutely may. The thing that you find that was hidden is stitched into the inside of their armor is a like removable patch. It's not stitched in the sense that like it's meant to stay there. This is meant to be torn out and used just in case. You get that because it's only stitched in certain places and like has a tearaway. And the symbol on it is not a symbol that you necessarily would have seen before, but it is definitely a symbol that Scarlett saw earlier in the night. It is a tiger claw with a kind of wrapping around a skull. Yeah, Devil's Sight.
Warlock.
Yeah.
Uh,
An ambitious one.
I'm just gonna tuck that away. Tell everyone later.
That explains a lot, actually.
Yeah. We're gonna maybe feed him to the fishes later when we get out to sea. Yeah, this guy was a double agent, folks. I say it in the shell phone.
Ooh, that's risky.
Tiger, like some kind of claws around a skull. Don't recognize it, but
That's scary.
I recognize it.
oh,
What is it?
Yeah, we need to leave.
as soon as we're out of
we
dry dock.
can.
I'm keeping the body on the ship so we can throw it to the fishes.
Maybe we need to get rid of it before then.
Okay.
Do I have any fire?
We have so much fire.
Maybe we need to do that. The honey? We have honey's oven, right? That
No,
seems
we're not
wrong.
putting that where we eat.
Oh, honey has put worse things.
Honey's walking by is just so dejected.
How hot does Firebolt get?
Not hot enough. You know that
I
much.
think so. We're in the docks. Like, there's got to be like kilns and stuff around here somewhere.
And the
Music's
smell
way
of
too
burning
calm for
flesh
y'all's
will
bullshit.
bring a lot of questions.
It is very strange with this music. Well,
Like, oh,
wait,
it's family
wait,
talk, and it's like, how do we get rid of a body?
Wait, we've got acid. We just need to find a lot of acid.
Don't you have some acid in your laboratory?
Yeah, but like, I don't have gallons of it. That's not safe. I have like maybe a gallon if the GM's feeling generous.
This is Eva speaking specifically to her mother, who kept gallons of acid just loose around the property.
I haven't found it yet.
Oh shit!
I hate to ask, but I could always ask Uncle Marique again the best way to get rid of a body around here. I don't want to
Perfect.
bother him, though.
I mean,
Unless-
I'll pay him.
wait, can you banish a dead body?
For a minute.
Not if we're
Oh.
considering it an object.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Can't have it
Wait,
both ways.
Does the dude have any? Does the dude have any significant like birthmarks or scars?
Oh yeah, we could just acid carefully.
Yeah, you have essentially, I mean, you stomped out the neck and face.
Yeah. He's not going to be easily recognizable. So unless he has like a tattoo or specific scars, we might be able to just get rid of the body.
Yeah, roll me a
As-
luck check.
Just a d20.
Do you want to be Big Gorl and just stomp him more?
I got a 15.
I'm going to say no identifying marks then.
We probably can just dump the body. He has no identifiable marks or tattoos. I kind of got
wait.
rid of the face.
Let's go into a quick question, quick sidebar. about this mark, Scarlett, why do we have to leave so quickly?
Yeah.
What
Who
does
is
this
this?
mean?
I might have had a meeting with a Rakshasa earlier tonight.
Okay, and
What?
I'm getting concerns about meeting like a normal gang.
So 2 of us met with the Hooks tonight. You met with the Rakshasa, and Proximus had a nap.
Did you, Proximus, or did you do something even worse?
No,
Oh.
I got my carapace trimmed and carved, as you can
that's
see
why-
here.
Code. It
That's
does
what
look pretty
you.
good.
That's why you looked a little. That's
No.
what looked a little different about you.
Yeah.
It's good.
Thank you.
Trisha is walking by.
Trosha
Hey,
did an
Proximus.
amazing job. Yes.
Thanks for hanging out. It was good talking to you. Good getting to meet you. Rest of you look like shit. Hang out with old Trosha more.
Trosha, we've known each other for like 2 years.
Has it been 2 years?
It's been a long time. At least a full
Wow.
year.
Yes, huh?
Sure, bud.
Okay,
Whatever you say, pal.
good meeting you, Trosha.
Back to the Rakshasa conversation, though.
Yeah, I was trying to forget it happened. What the fuck?
Oh, I bet you Trosha would know how to get rid of a body.
Actually,
You'll remember the Friendly Tiger Tavern?
sure don't.
Yeah, when you weren't there.
Well, you
I remember
asked.
passing by it, but
Yes, we were
can
in a
stick around.
bar.
I
Connery
passed
came.
by it.
Connery came about. We popped in and no dogs were allowed.
Oh yeah,
was there?
Acacia was not with us, though.
I walked by it like a couple times during the day, but I never went in.
Right. Either way, it's run by a Rakshasa. I
Huh.
met with him.
Okay, and you made him mad?
No.
Is that why Marcus is bleeding?
Marcus might have beheaded the Dragonborn. That is
Ooh.
a different story.
So 3 people did a
So
murder today.
Marcus did a murder too.
It was a consensual, illegal fighting pit.
It
Is
was
it
condoned.
consensual if it's... Are you here too, Marcus? I need to really remember, like, who's all around. Hi,
I don't know. Tell me if I'm not.
I don't know. I still don't know if we're on the ship or not.
I'm pretty sure we are.
Let's just say we're on the ship. Let's say like once
That
we
would
all
explain
like
why like Trosho and Honey are there. Yeah.
I
you're right.
think
We're on
Winnie
the
needs to
ship.
lay down.
It's been a fucking day, y'all.
Where am I? Who am I?
Okay. So you won.
Mhm.
Marcus won.
thank
I
God.
did.
You're not enemies, but now we gotta leave super fast.
I wouldn't
We
want to
earn
piss
friendship.
a Rakshasa off, would you?
No.
Why would we piss him off?
That's his symbol.
Okay.
We've killed one of his people.
Does he know?
I would prefer him we go before he finds out.
Okay, but there's a big difference between the
Well-
urgency of like knowing that someone like the Rakshasa is after us, and then the whole like, let's just leave before he thinks it's us. I would just like to know like how many people are gonna be after me tonight.
I think we made a deal. I don't think the Rakshasa is going to come for us tonight.
Is
We
there
earned
a co-
friendship.
Right, but
Say
like
that we
this
were free for
dead
tonight.
body.
To be fair, it was a double agent and they were presenting as a hook.
Right.
Yeah, there's no way we could have known. And also, did you didn't kill him? Technically, Acacia did.
That's true. We're only guilty by association.
Yeah. Does
That's
your
guilty enough.
friend know anything about us?
No, I tried to keep all of the information very slim.
Does he know about the ships? Well, he knows you,
Yes.
right? Because you went
Yes.
looking like
Yes.
okay. And Marcus, you were looking like that, right?
No disguises. None
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Okay.
No. Yes.
Real name.
Yeah.
I met with him as Scarlett Shores.
Okay, so he
Right.
does
The
know
real
us.
Scarlett, not
He
The
did
fake
know who
one.
Scarlett Shores was.
Yeah,
Yes.
so we are equally as okay.
Regardless, I do agree with Scarlett. We need to leave as soon as the ships are finished because I also talked with Hassad and he doesn't want me around much longer either.
But we
Similar
gotta
vibes
deal
to
with
what the
Assad at
Rakshasa
some
said.
point too.
What was that, Winnie?
We gotta get rid of Assad at some point too, right? Because you said even if we didn't, Honey and Connery would.
I feel
Oh,
like that's a
absolutely.
wraparound sort of deal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not
we
a
cannot
priority.
now.
Back.
No, not now.
I
On-
can get rid of the body. I can fly it out to sea or
Perfect.
deep below the sea.
Very
Either way,
Look, I just
Just-
cinder block shoes.
maybe do it invisibly. I just think
That
that
would
like
look
someone
really
flying
weird.
around carrying a body. Maybe the body can be invisible. Either way, you could both be invisible. But like, just a lone Triton flying a body out to sea is, I think, really suspicious.
It's all suspicious.
Also,
Sharks do fly, or sort not fly. They do eat at night. They hunt at night.
can
So
blink shark? No, never mind.
I don't want to think about blink sharks ever again
Ever
after we
again.
encountered
Honestly,
them.
no.
Well, we're gonna see. We know what we're seeing next
So-
week.
Here's my quick question, and then yeah, I'm ready for a good solid trance. Which actually doesn't sound all that restful. Like I wish sleep sounds really delightful, you guys.
Yeah, say.
little Jeffrey's tugging on your sleeve.
Yes, buddy.
Mom,
Yeah.
I'm a wink shark.
Winnie just starts bawling.
It's been a long night. Let's get rid of the body, sleep until we need to leave, and then go. We need to head to Shackle Break.
Okay, but a real quick, I just gotta get this on the table, and then we can do whatever. I don't even care anymore. If we know we have to come back at some point, one way or another. If we come back after we get the ring, it's a ticking time bomb, right? Because like it draws attention of things that we don't want, and
If it's in the bag of holding, it
I
didn't
thought-
last time.
it didn't. But I thought there was a reason we couldn't keep using that trick.
They're different sizes. The last one you got could fit in the bag of holding. You know this one's like the size of a throne, so I don't think it's going to meet the dimensions of the bag of
Well,
holding.
We just get the bigger bag.
because I shrunk
Sure.
it was the way it was able to fit in it last time too.
Mm,
Like it
yes.
wasn't.
think
Little
it was-
Jeffrey,
yeah, it
just
was
get a
pushing the
bigger
dimension.
mouth.
Yes.
Don't you put this on him? It's not his.
Why is it
fault.
always our solution?
Wait, but we could embiggen the bag of holding. You're right.
I don't want to cast any spell on the bag of
And then
holding.
someone
Yeah.
That
else
sounds
I don't think
could
that's a
terrifying.
good
shrink the
idea.
ring. I'm pretty sure there's only one spell you're not really supposed to cast on a bag of holding, but I could be wrong.
Banishment?
Actually, you can embiggen a bag of holding, though. Not to overly use Ms.
I don't see
Marvel's
why not,
catchphrase.
because
because it says creature.
or
Oh,
things.
there you
It's
go.
technically a creature?
No, because you
Bag
can
is,
do,
bag is not a creature.
it's not a bag man is.
Okay. Okay, I
Bag-
need a
Shut-
chalkboard.
shut
Dead
up.
bodies, object. Zombies, dead body reanimated, creature. Bags,
Mm.
object. Bags that are mimics, creature.
It says creature
Ah.
or object.
Does it? Okay.
Unless the target is unwilling, but it's an item. So
Creature, object, you're absolutely right.
okay. So that's neither here nor there. If we can get it in a bag, that's cool and good. I distinctly remember leaving the conversation with Rollin that we couldn't do that for everything forever. But yeah, if
Prox-
it's hidden, that's
Proximus turns invisible and grabs the body and goes fly off.
fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Thank
I
you.
Did take what I could off of him, so the poisonous daggers, tools of the trade, grappling hook. If the
Oh, I
leather,
thought you already looted him.
I'm just saying,
Yeah,
I'm
sorry.
I'm
Okay.
taking everything off that I can that would make sense to give to our quartermaster.
Cool.
Nice.
But I'm holding on to the insignia.
Hey, are you
I
okay?
think- Should probably switch.
Like,
Go ahead.
I'm just. Are you still poisoned? Do you need like a little lesser?
No,
I
I'm
don't think anybody
okay.
actually was poisoned by the damage. It just is poison damage.
Oh, okay.
Nobody
Yeah.
suffered the poison effect.
Okay.
Okay. Proximus goes flying off into the night. Honey walks by, just like sniffing. Did y'all have a dead body?
Yeah, sorry we couldn't save it for you, but apparently it's super imperative we get rid of it.
Well, see if I'm going to make dinner for you later then. Slams the whatever door is nearby. Fuck's sake.
Guess this is why we have rations.
Bullshit.
In
She didn't get to kill anyone earlier, so I think she's just an extra bit testy.
You can come over onto the wow, where am I? Come over to the
Hey,
Cross of
Mister.
Mercy. We have Astrith.
Hey, Mister. Fucking ass to eat a dead body.
I need to take a bath before we leave too. I'm kind of, and I just motioned to my front legs and like front torso on the underside.
Yeah, that's super gross.
It is, yeah. Pretty sure that's some brain right there.
Hey, could I have some of that?
Why?
Just stuff and things. You're not going to use it.
The brain?
Are you? I thought you were going to clean it. No, if you want it.
I guess, but why do you want brain?
Scarlett, do you think it's a big deal? Like, do you think the brain is connected to the Rakshasa? Is that a thing they do? Are they like the people, or are they like just completely unrelated?
I'm not the one who studied them and did all the research on them, unfortunately. I have no idea. I'm pretty sure they just make deals.
Okay, I'll just put it in the bag of holding and then maybe it won't matter. That's my new solution for everything.
Why are you putting organic matter into the bag of holding?
No, I'm gonna put it in a little vial first.
I'd rather just like give this to Scarlett's pet.
Oh
All
no,
of
the
it?
ooze,
You
the
don't
ooze,
need
the
just,
ooze
like-
really likes
Oh.
metal.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
I would never feed anything that I own in a brain. Mm.
Can I just have a little bit of it? Do none of us have prestidigitation anymore either, by the way?
No, I have it.
Okay.
I do.
No, I think this
But
is
I'm
where I
flying.
draw the line. No, you cannot have the
Okay.
brain. I'm gonna go take a bath.
If this
Time
is,
to
that's
start
the final
thinking.
decision.
As soon as Acacia walks away, when he's like, "Scoop."
It's clear if it just comes like straight off the knee, but okay.
I don't know why you asked. I'm gonna do it anyway. Scoop.
Gray matter, don't matter.
I'm gonna take a fucking bath.
Look, when he's an alchemist, like at this
Oh,
point,
jeez.
who knows what's useful?
Wait, he's like, lobe, lobe, lobe. Lobe's a weird word. Frontal lobe. This is where your emotions are. Book, book, book.
How far are we from Shackle Break? How many days?
Too many and not
Shackle
enough.
break. Too many. A handful. You are, let's see, it's called
About
that.
2 squares?
1 week, 2, 3. Where's Shackle? Oh, there's Shackle break. Yes.
It's okay.
Just about a square and a half. So yeah, maybe like probably fewer than 15 days.
Okay. I have plenty of sendings to send to people.
Yeah, you get to have all your family drum over the span of your travels.
I might be stealing a bunch of those sending spells on the family plan
Yeah.
on our way to Shackle Break because I have questions.
I mean, we still have a little time on the ship. You could just take a little detour after your bath words.
Oh, I am not leaving the ship.
That's also fair.
We're ready to leave.
Sorry to make things complicated, but also I thought you'd want to know.
It wouldn't have gotten complicated if he didn't shoot me out of the sky. But to see the reaction of once again surprise horse will never not be amusing.
No, that's pretty good. And like, you shouldn't just throw daggers at Tressums, even if they do poop on you or pee on whatever happened.
Oh yeah, Proximus, you have to deal with that.
Yeah, I feel like Proximus would fly as high as he could and then just drop the body in the open sea on his way back, then take a nice dip in the sea
Good
to
call.
wash himself off.
I like how that's the problem and not the like
Quick little
copious
rinse.
gore. Like,
Ah.
Yeah, you dive in, little fish all swim up and start just like nibbling away at all the viscera and gore and everything. Before long, yes, you're absolutely clean. Marcus looks over to Scarlett. I feel like shit. I'm going to go feed the cat and go to bed. Whenever you're done.
No, I'm done. I'm done with this day that has seemed like it's lasted 4 weeks.
All right. Glad you all survived. Bye.
Good night.
Bye. He's overrated.
You all presumably rest for the evening.
Long
Not
rest.
letting you
Long
letting
rest?
you do anything else. Long rest.
Long rest.
None of you do anything else. This night is over.
Yeah.
Ah,
I keep needing to catch up with the calendar. I guess if the day lasts for 4 sessions, Okay.
Right.
Dawn arrives, and the repairs on the ship, I would say, are probably the thing that wakes you up. The last repairs to the hold are made, the patches are completed, and the damages that had been done by the Great White Maw are handled. You all awaken to, again, a few workers here and there, but the ship looking fully renewed in the sunlight. Pretty quick, efficient work, all things told. Anything you all want to do before you depart?
no.
I'm just gonna send a very, very quick sending to Uncle Marique. It was nice
Sure.
meeting you. Love you. We're gonna get going. Loves and hugs and kisses, Acacia.
Safe travels. Return whenever you like. All my love to you and your lovely family. Great to meet you. Okay. As the repairs are finalized and like literally the boardwalk is about to be, or the gangplank rather, is about to be lifted, a figure kind of like puts their foot, their blue draconic dragonborn foot on the boardwalk and walks up the gangplank to Cross's Mercy. They don't
fuck's
say
sake.
anything. They don't say anything. Scarlett, are you about?
Yeah.
The Dragonborn gladiator you had seen before wordlessly walks up to you, bows their head, hands a note.
I will bow my head back at them and watch as they promptly, hopefully, leave.
They do. Turn on the
Okay.
heel. The note has the same insignia on it, the tiger claw kind of like wrapped around the skull.
Yep, just gonna open that and read that.
Glad to see that you are leaving so soon. Our friendship is still intact. I fear this next night will have a bad moon. Dalia will not be safe. Safe voyages, good travels, and you owe me one. With that, sails are unfurled for the first time in a while. And once again, the crew of Horizon's Call take to the seas. Cross's Mercy and the Redemption, both sailing presumably east towards Shacklebreak. Is
What's
that the
west?
next stop?
And how
Is that west
how
or is it
long was it?
East.
It is east.
It's east. I was saying, ooh, what's west?
Other stuff, nothing important. Don't even look at it. That part of the map blacked out right now. Weird.
Weird.
It won't load.
Yes. We haven't unlocked that part.
Yeah. Turn back. You're exiting the mission.
How long will it take to get to Shacklebreak? Did you say? I'm sorry.
Probably about like 12-ish days. We'll say 12 days.
Okay. Proximus is going to talk to Winnie and ask if there's anything that she needs for his new eye.
Is there anything? Well, I thought I had a beat on some organic materials, but I guess not. Is there anything? Derek, is there anything that I do need?
No, you've got plenty of synaptic nerves. What kind of eye does Proximus want? Do you want a magical eye that does stuff? A la Baldur's Gate, where you get an eye that allows you to see invisible things? Do you want we could have
the eye that I DM'd you about?
Oh, that was so long ago,
it was a while ago. I
for
can
God's sakes.
I can resend it. No,
X-ray
I
glasses
actually let me
aren't
pull
a
it up.
thing.
That's exactly what he wants.
But
Well,
only
you
to go
could
through the
reasonably-
armor, nothing more.
There was.
True.
I just gotta find
seeing.
it.
Okay. Yeah, the crystal ball of true seeing.
No, I
Cast
thought-
scrying.
Yeah, scrying. Right.
And while scrying, you have true sight.
Correct.
Yeah, that's wondrous item. There's a legendary item. Okay. Um,
Yeah, legendary.
yes. Let's save that for next time.
I will bookmark that if there was something I thought I could get here, I would pop off because I only sleep trance 4 hours. After I did that, I would pop off to like the market and get some stuff, and we can discuss all that later. But
Yeah,
just,
I
like,
would have.
I'm
yeah.
just marking that like since we are somewhere, and Proximus and I would have discussed this before, I would have kept an eye out for that stuff.
Okay. There we go. Crystal ball of true seeing. Okay. So let's go ahead. Let's stop there, and when we come back, we can
Wait,
pick
one
up
more
with.
thing.
Yes, please.
I want to go tack the note onto the first mate's cabin where Acacia's been staying.
Okay.
Okay.
And just, I would like to write on it, you owe this one, and just leave it.
It's a very
Winnie
passive-aggressive
skates-
roommate thing to do.
Right.
It gets at some point when I finally notice it, it gets moved to the inside of the room on like
It's like I
like,
had a roommate that put a sticky note with a frowny face on my dirty dishes because
Dirty dishes.
yeah,
was
I
gonna
came
say
out of the
tacking
shower
a
and I was like, "Are
sock.
you kidding me?" Like, get
It's
out
like
of
tacking
here.
a sock to somebody's door. Like, you left this in the dryer.
Yeah. Ugh.
yeah, just a spare knife like stabs it into the wall next, like in between a bunch of maps that are just like also in the wall on the wall. It's fine.
Now we can finally
So-
end this.
Noted. Okay. When we come back, we'll deal with Proximus' eye, anything that Winnie might need for that, and also what you do on your journey to Shacklework, and then potentially y'all might break Shackle Break. We'll see how this goes.
So ready.
Thank you all for joining us for another session of Horizons Call. We will be back next week. I don't think we have any issues with that. I don't think anybody's out next week. Michael, you're out
We
next
have
week.
to succeed
Mm-mm,
no matter
no.
what. We
I'm-
can't
I'm
not
here.
succeed because it's
Okay.
my birthday.
That's true. It is Mara's
Fourth.
birthday. It is a holiday.
Oh.
Everything
so
I
yeah.
succeed on all of my checks.
Mary gets advantage all day. It's Mary's birthday. Let's go ahead. Let's go around and have these little people say a little bit about themselves. Actually, before they even do that, I do want to say that if you enjoyed what we did here today, if you enjoyed how we played, even with technical issues and all the bullshit that we do, please consider, if you are willing and able, showing some financial support through tips to pally.gg. You can find that link in our chat as well as on all of our social medias. And you can tip our cast and crew. Again, willing and able both being important factors, but any financial support you were able to show can impact our game as well with crits, advantages, black spots, and maybe more coming up soon here. So thank you to those of you who have been able to so far, and looking forward to everything else we're able to make for you and for your enjoyment, of course. That said, let's go ahead and go around. Mare, where can we find more of your lovely self?
Oh, hi, I'm Merritt. You can find me on all applicable social media at Archmage of Dice. I'm not really doing a lot right now. This is my only game at the moment. So you can just find me here every Saturday with this lovely group being your amazing, slowly increasingly chaotic becoming Acacia. Also, I will be one of the co-hosts on March 21st with Eva as we talk with the creator of Printweaver, N.L. Morrison, on one of our Sword and Tea episodes.
Absolutely. Definitely check that out. I love our Sword and Tea sessions. They are phenomenal.
Printweaver is dope, folks.
It'll be so good. Next up, Eva.
Hi, hello, I'm Eva. You can usually find me here every Saturday and some other random days, such as next Saturday for a different Sword and Tea with author Kristen Randall. and their book, The No Girlfriend Rule, which is a queer TTRPG YA romance. And the publisher is sending us a book, and as a giveaway is going to provide a book and dice set for that, which we're very excited about. And soon, we don't have the dates yet, but I will be on Nerdsmith for a 4-part Trophy Dark, which I'm very excited about. And I think that does it for me.
Wonderful. Thank you, Eva. Next up, Michael.
Hi, fam. I'm Michael. You can find me at Michael Sandoval, Mikyl Sandoval, at Twitter, BlueSky, Instagram, but most of all, probably on the Sword and Key Discord channel, where I post most of my art there, and just posted something in the Horizons Call chat. So yeah, come check it out. And yes, Sand Oval. And that's pretty much where I chill right now. This is the only thing that I got going on as far as playing. Some life changes and stuff like that. So, but stay tuned. I got some things cooking. Yep.
Fantastic. Thank you, Michael, as always, for the artwork that you see on this stream, on many of our streams. Very, very much appreciated. Absolutely incredible work. Looking forward to even more of it. And yeah, definitely check him out on Instagram at Mikyl Sandoval. Mikyl. That's how you spell Michael. Great. Thank you, Michael. And last but absolutely not least, Kaila.
Hi, hello. Me is my my brain completely shut off there for a second. My name is Kaila.
He is Kaila. So Scarlett. Scarlett Shores.
Scarlett Shores. You can find me in the Discord. I am not doing much else other than this. Just gonna leave that there. Other than bothering Derek to play Baldur's Gate on Wednesdays, but that's just an us thing.
I gotta give Kaila shit. It's only fair. Thank you, Kaila. Thank you to my very wonderful cast, these very wonderful people, for playing with me once again. I couldn't do this without them. Thank you for joining us for another session of Horizons Call. I am Derek Sword. I use he, him pronouns. Yes, Sword is my real last name, but it's awesome. No, you can't have it. I have been your GM for this game for many of the games here on Sword and Key, as I am the sword half of Sword and Key, Eva being the key half. If you want to find more of me, that's fine. DSword16 gets you there in most places, but I highly recommend you check out Sword and Key's socials. You can find everything at beacons.ai/Sword and Key. You can find all of our socials, primarily sword_and_key, but Beacons gets you the Tiltify for all of our ongoing charity campaigns, gets you the Pally for this game, it gets you our discount codes for Greenleaf Geek Dice and Eldritch Foundry, it gets you our Discord, which you can join and hang out with cool people, talk about cool things, and see cool things like Michael's artwork, even apply to games. We'll have more applications coming out soon in the near future. And yeah, basically just have a great time. We have movie nights every other week. Speaking of our calendar, we have, as I believe Eva mentioned, we have Trophy Dark, 10 a.m. Pacific time tomorrow. That would be a 3-week session. We also have the newest release of Monster Crush coming out tomorrow. It is Mario Day, March 10th, so it will be a Mario episode, or kind of a Mario episode. I don't know, it's like there's a mushroom monster, and I did Tanuki, because Tanukis are, you know, there's a Tanuki suit, and also, like, Tanuki's a... Let's listen to the episode. As Mare also alluded to, it is Mare's birthday on the 16th, so happy birthday to Mare. It's a special holiday. It's also the birthday...
Alex's. Oh, sorry, you
Also
were getting to it.
Yeah, I was getting to it. Also, Alex, who featured recently in the Harbingers game, and is also in the works for GMing a show on this channel. We are starting a new thing for Sword and Key. We're doing video games on Sword and Key. Starting on the 12th, we are going to do Gate Night, where I am joined by the lovely LD, as well as the lovely Shadow, and we're going to play Baldur's Gate. We got through the prologue. We are going to explore the Forgotten Realms and face goblins and bugbears, doing it with ogres and just all sorts of fun stuff.
The most important question is, who are you romancing? But also, how are you going to romance anyone? Are you gonna, like,
I know,
interchange?
I know. I don't know.
It'd be great. It'd be fine. Just choose one of the easy ones.
I'm not
You
gonna
just
say
have to
which
look
one
at
that is.
Gale and he'll be like, yes, I
Minthara
knew
it
it.
Yeah, I was just
Yeah.
about to say Gale.
I was gonna say you could like spit on a star and you'd be like, oh, thank you. Um,
That was so great.
so yeah, I don't know. We all have. I think in this one, I'm playing a dwarf, so I really want to get picked up by Karlach. That's I think that's what I'm stick with. But yeah, we might have to rotate out. But I think that's also part of the fun. It's like because everybody has their stories and whatever. We'll figure it out. Yes, so that is going to be a weekly thing starting on the 12th. Other stuff. We just had our last Sword and Key movie night on the 8th, so the next one coming up is on the 22nd. We're going to be doing our monthly Ghibli movie, so that is going to be Spirited Away. As Eva said, on the 10th, on the 16th at 10 a.m. Pacific time is the next Sword and Tea with Kristen Randall, author of the No Girlfriend Rule. Eva sent me something to say about it, so I might as well read what she said. It is a queer TTRPG YA romance. Again, as Eva mentioned, the publisher Pushkin Press is letting us give away the book with a 7-piece dice set during the stream in honor of the release. So definitely check out that stream so you can win that book and win them dice. As Mare said, there we go. On the 21st at 4 p.m. Pacific time is Sword and Tea with author N.L. Morrison talking about TTRPG Print Weaver. Definitely check that out as well. Horizons Call will be back every week. Monster Crush releases bi-weekly. Again, there's a podcast to do with my friend LD where we talk about different monsters, cryptids, miscellaneous paranormal aberrations, and how fucking smooshable they are. Trophy Dark is going to be running for 3 weeks, and then that pretty much gets us through March. April has more stuff coming along. We have plenty more games planned, and more opportunities to play with us. So check out our Discord first, our social media second when it comes to that kind of stuff, and we look forward to having it at the table in the near future. Until that, I believe we're going to be raiding Lost Caravan with one of our favorite people over there, Sir Heck. Go show some love. And that's it for Sword and Key for tonight, at least. We'll see you tomorrow morning for Trophy Dark. Until then, take care of yourselves. Fair winds following seas, brave mariners. Bye.